off with you approaching the cave, which the trail leads quite clearly to. The angle of the picture here is kind of taking you from the south, but you're actually approaching it more from the from the east. And with that, I will go ahead and bring you on to, you guessed it, a map of the werewolf cave.
See, I thought this was just going to be a theater of the mind thing. We're just going to have a nice chat with the werewolves.
We go in, we kill them all.
We just talk, we just chat. You know, they're cool.
Sure.
I'd like to, Mina and Sunny would like to use their, skills of perception, you might say, I'd like to make a perception check, just to, look out for guards, sentries of any kind that might be outside the cave, or anything that might be just lurking just inside, if I may.
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check. And are you doing it from where you are right there, just looking at the maw of the cave?
Yeah, maybe a little closer, but not much closer than that. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, and Sunny. Yeah. Oh, it is. Okay, so Sunny is distracted by something. But
Probably the smell of a bunch of wolves.
fair enough. Does Mina see or sense anything more detailed than that?
So the only thing of note that she picks up on from here is a couple of things. First of all, the entrance has some light illuminating from it, so there's some sort of light source inside of the maw of the cave. She also notices about 30 feet up the cliff face, kind of directly north of them, that there is sort of a fissure in the rock, and that this kind of the mountainside here above you does raise up pretty sharply, but that it does appear that there's sort of some cliffs and kind of flatter points up above. It's not really climbable without equipment of some sort, but this is not a perfectly smooth rock wall you're next to.
Jake, if Mina...
Dark out?
No, it's late morning right now.
Okay, that's what I thought. It just, the picture looks almost like it's getting dark. But yeah, okay, gotcha.
Jake,
I mean, it's overcast and snowy, but...
Jake, if Mina would probably know that there is a climbing kit in the climber's kit in the bag of holding.
Okay. I mean, I'll point out, Mina will just kind of casually point out the ledges up above, but they're not that, they were hidden or anything. Do we want to try to look for some other way in, or
I was about to say, if there's an alternate way in than the front door, it might be better.
Harmony.
If there happens to be another opening up there, it might prove better tactical.
Harmony will probably make some sort of joke about maybe not walking directly into the jaws of the wolf,
cave,
as it were, metaphorically or literally.
Is anyone particularly good at climbing?
I am not a great climber, Mina will confess.
I think we have discovered repeatedly that nobody in this party is a real workout warrior.
Worst case, Winley will offer to use a wild shape to turn into a bird of some sort and just fly up there.
Maybe take a rope up there if we
Yeah.
need to.
Well, Ash is pretty swole, right? Is Ash proficient in athletics?
That's a great question. I think I am.
I would have thought that we'd want our ranged people, so probably Winley and Mina up there as snipers.
Right.
Or
I think we were
whatever,
trying to figure out if we could just all get in through there, just so we don't literally.
We're hoping. We don't even know there's an entrance up there. We were kind of hoping. We see ledges.
Yeah.
We don't see an opening. So I guess
But
Wenli could fly up there and just see what's up there.
then again,
I would prefer to not use one of my uses of wild shape if we think someone can climb up there. But if we need that to get up there, I will do that.
and Harmony will mention, for the Ash being the strongest member of the party physically, the climber's kit would probably make it fairly doable, depending on weather permitting.
How about Ash gives it a try, and if she falls, then Winley will fly up there.
And but just as a kind of general, not to dissuade anyone from climbing up there and checking it out, but are we approaching this just as a general thing? Are we going in guns blazing, or are we open to a discussion that could potentially turn ugly? Just want to know how our approach is before we walk in.
How do we discuss anything with werewolves? What language do they speak?
I mean, do we know?
You've never met a werewolf.
Right. So as far as like,
our primary goal here is to like find out what happened with these kids, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
if that requires, like, if they come at us, teeth bared, then let's fight back.
right? Yeah, obviously. I just meant like, are we approaching this diplomatically, or are we assuming the worst? And I guess this would be more a question like, is there something we should roll to see how much our characters individually know about lycanthropes?
You did last time.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't remember. I don't think Harmony rolled very well on that.
It didn't go terribly well.
I think Tom's tried to say stuff a couple
Sorry,
times now,
Tom.
so...
Oh, I was just saying that I as far as Ash is concerned, I'm assuming the worst. I mean, the kids were basically kidnapped. If these weren't beasts, if these were just people, this is still a crime. This is still they doing something that, is nefarious. And the fact that they are beasts on top of that, I'm assuming the worst.
Okay, just wanted to... So Harmony shouldn't just walk through the front door and start making pleasant conversation.
I'm willing to make a climb check if you guys want me to, using the climbing kit and stuff.
Yeah, I would say give it a shot, and if you fail or fall and take damage or whatever, then
I have
Winley-
Featherfall available.
Is it possible to aid someone on a climb check? Like,
I would say, sort of in a tough context here. Rules is written. There's nothing explicitly against it. I would say that you would probably need to have established some sort of like climbing rope and pythons or something for that to apply.
How high are the shelves we're trying to get to?
So there's the shelf that you can see closest is about maybe 100 feet up, and then the fissure is maybe about 30 or 40 feet up.
Okay.
I'm going to
So
go
is-
ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say Winley being like 7 feet tall could give a pretty substantial boost, but not even halfway up to 30 feet. So
Just displaying what the climber's kit does in terms of... It includes like the rope and the python and stuff like that. So if we need somebody to be the... What do you call it? The belayer?
yeah, Winley will stand under Ash in case she falls and catch her.
Okay, well, saves me a slot
Yeah.
anyway, I guess.
You're strong, but you may not want to catch someone in full plate armor.
Neck
Yeah,
and
Winley's fine.
base of the spine.
Mina and Sunny will kind of take up a position somewhere near the mouth of the, or like kind of around the mouth of the cave, just to watch and make sure nothing comes out and jumps us while we're there. Because it looks like we're going to be climbing up really close to the entrance.
Let's say ping where we're planning on climbing here so we can kind of position ourselves accordingly.
So I'll just note the fissure is kind of up from here, from this ping,
gotcha.
and then the cliff is just further up and kind of back, quote unquote. It's the mountain's not perfectly sheer; it's sloped up, 80 degrees.
It's still
Right,
pretty
so-
cold out here, right?
Yes, it is very cold.
Okay, can I make a stealth check? And can Harmony make a stealth check and maybe just creep closer to the mouth of the cave, both for listening, reconnaissance purposes, and for maybe getting a little warm?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Gonna roll that stealth
So
check.
did we decide I was getting advantage?
I would say if I'm giving her a boost and kind of standing under her to like help break her
I guess
fall if she
people-
falls.
I would say the advantage here would be if somebody has already climbed up and create against a pythons or a rope or
Okay,
something
so-
like that. You can help give advantage, but I mean, short of picking somebody
Give
up,
her
I
Climbing?
can't like belay her as she like.
I mean, that doesn't help her get
You could-
higher.
you
than
could
a
give
But it prevents her from falling.
Yes, it does.
That also the belaying system also assumes you already have a rope attached up top.
You could give her.
Well, right, but if you attach as you go,
You could give her guidance.
yeah, I was planning on it.
That's what I think what the climber's kit does is you have to spend an action every once in a while to like re-anchor.
Okay, yeah.
So if you had two,
You can't fall more than 25 feet. Okay, that makes sense.
Do you have to have two of them? I guess you'd have to have two of them to use it like really effectively. 'Cause then you
All
can,
right.
like,
Well, if you don't get advantage, you can at least have some guidance.
The guidance adds a what to my roll?
D4.
No.
Okay,
And
that's
Harmony,
what I
do you
thought.
want to get closer to the cave?
I absolutely do. I will at least come to like here, and then kind of, assuming I don't hear anything, maybe take a peek
Hold
around
on.
the corner.
Make a perception check.
Sure.
You're off to a rough start, Ash. Not so much that you fall or anything like that, but just like you're having a hard time getting purchase within all your gear.
Don't forget that D4.
I would say she hasn't added her guidance yet. Was a 15 make
15.
it less?
It
bad?
does make it less bad. You are able to ascend up to the height of the fissure.
Woohoo.
Nice.
Harmony, you don't see anything immediately, kind of glancing in the cave mouth. However, distantly you hear what sounds like a flute being played, albeit very poorly.
Harmony's face wrinkles in distaste, but she manages to avoid any loud critiques of the technique. And she will kind of like, sorry, Mina, you said you're close to the mouth of the cave too?
Yeah, I'm standing there right next to
Okay,
Yeah, same.
Harmony will just kind of, whisper like, I think I hear a flute, very clearly untrained, being played deeper in the cave.
Yep.
Is that vantage point warming me up at all, or would I need to go further?
To get warmer? No, it's not. It's not warm here.
Okay, great.
Ash, you have reached the fissure in your climb.
Do I need to move my token some? I don't
Nope.
want to
Nope.
just start. No, okay. Then I will continue climbing up if I can.
Okay.
Assuming I don't see anything from this vantage point.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception.
We'll know if Ash sees anything when she shouts, "Bahamut, smite these unholy creatures!"
What's with these freaking 11s?
It's a good question. Peering into the fissure, you can see a dim glow of light coming from somewhere within.
How wide's the? Oh, I'm not up there.
Or not.
Wait, okay, so I got all the way up to the fissure. I thought I got to the ledge and then the fissure.
No, the ledge is 100 feet up. The fissure is about 40 feet up.
The ledge is higher than the fissure. Gotcha.
Toss a rope down for us.
To your
Ash.
witcher.
Toss a rope to your furball.
Well, I assumed since I was climbing up, I was putting in the pythons and leaving the rope up, so...
Okay, that too.
That's
Well,
what
then
I
I'm gonna follow you.
Okay.
What did my nature check get me?
You are aware that they are shape changers.
Okay.
As though you weren't going to cast Moonbeam anyway.
Well, yeah, but
So how does using the rope that Ash has left behind work? Do I get to? Can I just
You
climb
take
up
it.
there?
You take advantage on your athletics.
All right. Yeah. Here we go.
Woof.
You don't fall, but you don't really get anywhere in your initial attempt.
Is Winley standing there to pass along guidance to anyone trying to climb the rope as well?
of course, Mina, have some guidance on that roll.
Thank you.
So,
Just assume if you're climbing this, you're getting guidance.
at least for your initial attempt. My perception check at that point involved like kind of peeking around the corner with dark vision. Or there's light coming in.
There is light.
So I didn't see anything in the mouth of the cave.
You see torches lining the walls
Okay.
at the immediate mouth, and they're torches sitting in iron sconces.
Iron. Wow. Impressive craftsman. As far as like, is it just like one passage straight back?
So far, I mean, you can move your token.
Yeah, sure.
down to the left. A foot.
If you indicate it's clear, I might come over as well.
Oh, yeah, there's like a split. Yeah. Harmony, yeah. It seems clear, at least initially.
Sure. Okay, I'll duck around and look as well.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Did getting an 11 change anything for my athletics check?
It did not.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Docrin, as you peek further back in the cave, somewhere you hear the jingling of a bell.
Do I see what's this? Or am I not supposed to?
What's this? If you can see that, you can see that.
What is
There is a wolf back there.
Okay. Does the wolf see me?
It does not seem to.
Oh, and then there's like appears to be water over
Is Sunny peeking as well?
Sunny is walking around the corner. I didn't mean to. My roll 20 got all janky and popped him over there.
I assume Sunny's not attempting to climb the rope.
No, that's exactly right. So he's following
Put him in the
Doc,
bag of holding.
his closest friend down here. No offense, Harvey.
That's fine. And it appears that there's water here.
It does appear there's water there.
Oh, interesting. Harmony will sort of edge closer to one of the nearest torch sconce and attempts to get some warmth from it.
Okay.
Let's say, how about this one? Just gonna creep over here.
Oh, there's movement back there.
Well, I rolled fairly stealthily.
I see a token that looks different from the others.
I'm gonna pause for a second here because yes, they are. You now see a couple of wolves starting to come in this direction. The different token that you indicated, Docrin, appears to be a elderly human.
Oh, I forgot about my smell.
Mm.
Are we doing get help?
Watching Doc do get help on Harmony is fraught, let's say.
What you guys doing?
Do we want to back away or try to... I mean, Harmony will kind of like look to Doc, like if they're coming this way, we either got to try to climb the rope now or...
I think we should...
I'm gonna note, Harmony, you can't be there. You're peeking the corner unless you're just walking.
Yep, nope,
across the
I'm sorry.
cave.
I was not. That's
Okay,
not
I'm gonna duck back outside until the climbing team has gotten into a better position, I think.
Mina, you can try again immediately.
Okay.
And take guidance again, presumably.
Yeah,
We'll assume that, and I grant you a 4 via guidance.
Wow.
Mina, this time you are much more assured and you are able to climb up to the fissure as well.
Yay!
Make a better perception check than I did.
Are you like up here?
I'm just standing right here. You don't actually move your duck in any
Alright.
picture.
the DM said, please don't move.
Oh, sorry.
Or move
I think
in
I
there
just wanted
anyway.
to rocks. So.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make a perception check and then other people can do stuff.
Okay. Harmony and Docrin at the bottom.
I ducked out of kind of the mouth.
Yeah,
of the
so
cave
did
there,
I.
so-
And I don't know if my stealth check is still...
I saw light with my perception check. What did you see?
Mina, you see much the same. There is light coming from this fissure.
So the fissure itself, is it? Can we climb into it? Is it like
It's
like
like-
a steep?
It's like 2.5 feet wide, so it's certainly kind of a tight squeeze for everybody but Docrin, but that said, it is presumably passable.
Okay.
Who's
So what-
feeling skinny.
So when I saw the old man in there, was he like... what was he doing? Was he like...
Walking with the wolves.
Okay, okay.
Forgot about our smell.
Yeah, well...
Climbing up to the ledge, would that be a harder climb than what I've already done, or about the same?
It seems more or less the same,
Okay.
albeit another 60 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try going up the ledge.
Okay.
Since nothing else is happening so far, and no one has bothered telling me about the wolves.
Well, you want us to shout up the
Yeah, right?
fucking... Hey!
Oh, balls.
Don't fall, Ash.
Oh, balls indeed.
Is Sunny moving or is Sunny still staying there?
Yeah, sorry.
I think he said Sonny was staying with Doc.
Yeah. That was my bad.
Well, the wolves have moved to the front of the cave here, so we might be about to roll some hot initiative here.
No, we'll just, we're but poor lost circus performers.
Ash, you are not having any success getting higher.
I did say everyone that climbed gets guidance from me.
He's higher.
Totally.
Oh, he's
Everything
higher.
above
Okay, yeah.
Also, there's a large pack of wolves at the front of the mouth of the cave now.
Climb faster.
What?
So are we gonna go back down and deal with the wolves, or
Yeah, are you guys climbing up to us? I thought you were
Like-
up here.
Are they? I assume they're close enough that they see us by now.
They haven't charged you or anything, but they are certainly walking closer.
Like, are they looking at us though?
Make a perception check.
Fair enough.
I would say if we can all get up the rope, that's definitely a better vantage point.
Harmony's willing to act as a distraction here, since Sonny at least can't get up the rope.
Well, Sonny can run pretty fast.
That's
so.
true. Harmony's gonna at least just try to give everybody else a chance to get up the rope. Harmony's... Is the guy who was with the wolves coming out of the mouth of the cave as well?
You can't see.
I don't see him.
I'm gonna roll... Okay.
Doctor, it looks like they're sniffing the air.
Okay.
They're not staring at you.
Harmony's gonna kind of give Doc a jerk, a head
Back
jerk
up.
toward the rope, and then Harmony is going to kind of circle around a little bit here, just kind of widen out so she's not flush against the mouth of the cave,
Okay.
and then kind of just come kind of running toward the cave. Very not stealthily, just kind of stumbling, I mean, she's cold anyways. She doesn't need to play act that part, but she's gonna otherwise kind of be playing up just come toward the mouth of the cave. If I approach from here,
Make a deception check.
great. Okay, sure.
You don't have to play it out too much, but...
Real quick point of order. I'm presuming like a small ledge by this fissure. How many of us can stand up here before we are forced to either climb up or go into the fissure?
I was saying, only 2 of you can kind of get a foot on the edge of the fissure, and then somebody either has to go in or has to get out of the way.
Okay.
I mean, I'm ready to go in, so that's fine.
Okay. Do you want to go in, Mina, or are you still waiting for people to climb up?
I'll wait until there's at least like another person up here with me, and Ash is still kind of perilously hanging overhead, so I'll stay out and watch that. But Mina's not necessarily going to hesitate if it gets crowded out here. Like she'll go inside, but there's nobody else up here yet. So
okay, Doc, Ren, and Winley.
I'm staying down.
I'm staying down, but I'm backing up per Harmony's requested signal there.
Okay. Harmony, if you want to go ahead and move into the cave here.
Okay. I will just come to, like, here, assuming nobody assaults me.
Alright, so kind of stepping into the maw of the cave, just a couple observations here. It does form a kind of canopy of rock over the cave mouth, but that said, it's all kind of held up by its own structure. The ceiling of the tunnel ahead of you rises by about 20 feet, and there are torches in iron brackets on the walls. From somewhere deep inside, you can kind of hear further movement, but right in front of you here is a pack of about a dozen wolves. And an old man facing you. The wolves, kind of upon your stumbling in, all kind of bare their hackles and growl. But the old man seems to kind of ignore the growling and kind of walks his way up into sort of the midst of them. Seems you've gotten lost, stranger.
Harmony will kind of like play up how cold she is. She's like, oh, thank God. I was worried I was going to freeze out there. It's so much colder than I expected. But you are right. I'm very, very lost. Where am I?
Somewhere you should not be. It's not safe here.
Well, I can see that much. She kind of looks at the wolves kind of meaningfully. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I just saw the light, and I'm clearly, I'm not equipped for this weather, and I just thought maybe that'll be someplace warm, and now I can see the shape of the cave. Should have paid more attention to that. I'm sorry for intruding. Could I just come in and warm up? Just briefly, and then I can try to retrace my steps and get back on the right path?
He kind of narrows his eyes at you for a moment. Where did you say you were coming from, stranger?
Oh, Vallaki. I came from Vallaki on a little trek this morning.
And what's brought you this way? Vallaki's a long way.
Yeah, it is. Well, as you can probably tell from looking at me, I'm an adventuring type. Do tasks for coin and whatnot. And I was asked to come out here because, well, there were some rumors that some boys had gone missing from the orphanage and had come up this way. And so I kind of was trying to... I'm not much of a tracker, clearly, or I wouldn't have gotten all the way lost out here. But some trackers that somebody hired to look at them kind of pointed me in this direction, and then I started trying to follow a trail and immediately got lost, and here I am.
Make a deception check.
Okay. Deception.
Okay. As I say, it's not safe for you to stay here. I won't bar you from sitting at the entrance to the cave, but I fear you might be in greater peril here than out there.
Oh, well, I appreciate that offer. If it's not too much to ask, do you mind if I ask why you say that? It seems like you've got admirable control over your, kennel here.
Only these ones.
Oh, are there well, sorry, I don't mean to pry, of course. I just need to get a little warm, if that's all right. I promise I won't. I'll just tell me where to sit, and I'll stay there, and I won't move.
I think where you are is sufficient for your own safety, but again, I would encourage you to go.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I just need a few moments to warm up, if that's all right.
He kind of shrugs and starts to head back into the cave.
Harmony debates pushing her luck momentarily, and then kind of says, fuck it. It's like, so, I am to assume that you haven't seen or heard anything of the boys, some boys from Balaki who might have come this way?
He pauses, but then doesn't answer your question and keeps walking.
That wasn't a no. What do the wolves do?
They are seeming content to kind of glare at you from the entrance to the cave here and kind of make not a show, but they all sort of sit and otherwise kind of make themselves comfortable watching you.
Harmony nods like, hello. It's just gonna get warm Harmony will move. She's kind of trying to gauge the wolves' reaction. She's gonna move to get closer to say the nearest torch. Take a step in that direction. Do the wolves react?
They immediately growl and bark.
Okay. She'll put her hands up I'm sorry. I apologize. And I'm just gonna, at the moment, just stay where I am. And I was wondering if those were mini wolves or if there was
the scales off.
I see.
Just fixing that.
Yep. Okay. And Harmony will kind of raise her arms placatingly and hope she's bought enough time for the rest of the group to either climb or do whatever they're gonna do.
I just got very small.
Rest of the group.
Trying to help anyone who wants to climb up.
You can probably hear Harmony. I mean, can they hear me? Harmony.
Doctrine probably can, but you're speaking into a cave.
That's true.
Okay. I guess, is the whole party going up then, or?
I think that's kind of the plan.
That was Harmony's intent.
Okay, fair enough. Well, my athletics check is a wee bit ass, but we'll see how it goes, I guess.
But you've
Have
got
some guidance.
And you do have advantage.
Ash has tried to climb up, but has not really made any progress above the fissure.
Can I try again?
You may.
I think you do get advantage because of the...
Ash doesn't, because she's
No,
the
but
one,
Doctrine does. Yeah. And some guidance.
Doctrine, you were able to scamper up without any trouble whatsoever.
Enough.
Ash, you are having no luck up there.
Alright, I'm gonna go into the fissure then.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
Okay. Following the fissure about 30 feet or so, 40 feet or so, you find yourselves over yonder. You are looking down as the fissure seems to crack into the ceiling of a room with a pool of water in it. There's about a 20-foot drop from the edge of the fissure into the chamber.
Did Harmony give any indication that she was coming back out of the cave?
No.
Cave.
Not whatsoever.
I assume with the climber's kit I'm able to, anchor a rope and lower it down.
Do you have a plan if all of those
you
wolves
could.
attack you?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not a good plan, but it's a plan.
The plan is
Winley is a bit concerned about Harmony and really has no idea what she's doing. So I'm gonna go kind of to the edge of the cave and try to see where is Harmony.
Are you sneaking up or are you just walking up?
I'm gonna sneak. I was just trying to. I'm
Stealth
gonna
check,
go to
please.
right there.
Okay.
And yes, I'm not particularly stealthy, but I'm gonna do what I can.
As a note, the wind outside of the cave has picked up and the snow is coming down a little more heavily.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it wasn't super quiet out here,
Did
but
you
I
give
only...
yourself guidance on that stealth check?
I didn't say I did, so no, I
Okay.
guess not. I wasn't really planning on being
Right.
stealthy, walking up to the edge of the
Right.
cave, just kind of when I went to peek around. So I'm okay with that stealth check for the time being. And then I will try to be stealthy when I go into the cave, so I will give myself
And
guidance.
the old guy's out of sight. He turned and walked back further than... Okay.
As you get closer to the cave mouth, Winley, you hear some of the wolves begin to bark, and Harmony, you see that they all sort of are looking to the east and starting to growl and bark in that direction.
Harmony would be like, can I see Winley?
I didn't go...
Oh, no.
I can't see into the cave
Yeah,
at all.
and I'm blocked
I was
from
just kind of
seeing you as
creeping
well.
along the edge there.
Harmony will kind of frantically maybe take a step forward just to try to get the wolves' attention back on her, and she'll be like, "Whoa, hey, it's okay. I'm not doing anything. I
Deception
promise."
check.
Yeah, absolutely.
And can I hear her at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And are we able to drop a rope down into this cave? Because I'd
Yep.
like to move in while I can see.
Uh-oh.
That's an 18. Dan.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of turn their attention to Harmony and growl at Harmony.
Okay. And she'll take a step back and she'll just kind of she doesn't see Winley, but she assumes. Can she assume based on the reaction of the wolves that
someone is.
Their
over
attention
there.
was probably drawn to someone outside the cave.
Probably knowing that the whole party is somewhere out that way.
Yes. Harmony's gonna say, look, I'm the only one here.
Nobody is coming.
Nobody else. I came out here alone. All on my lonesome. You just need to pay attention to me and no one else.
Excellent.
If Winley can gather from that.
Yeah. So Winley takes that to mean don't show yourself to these wolves.
Time check to go down into the cave, I assume?
No, I mean, you can just kind of slide down the rope without any issue.
Stealth check to do it.
Quietly? Yes.
Oh, well, if we're doing stealth checks, that's unfortunate for, several reasons.
This again.
Yeah. Well,
Could have gone worse.
well, my display just crapped out. And
Mina, you slide down, very, very silently, very ninja-like. Ash, you slide down, but there's
I
kind of
let Mina go first.
Oh, yeah. Ash,
Let Mina get somewhere before I make my way down.
Ash, when you slide down, you don't make any noise on the rope, but when you hit the ground, your boots do make kind of an audible clunk that echoes in the cave-like space.
And Mina's just going to jog over there to the base of where she can see some stairs over there, kind of around the corner from the side of the wolves, it looks like.
Okay.
Hopefully the wolves have disadvantage on their perception because they're being distracted by Harmony.
Jake,
and,
sorry. Daniel, just to put it out there now, Harmony is going to kind of be watching the wolves very closely, obviously. I'm going to ready an action, and if it seems like their attention is going to be, if they, turn, because Harmony's assuming that the rest of the party's trying to find another way into the cave. Mm-hmm. So if their attention looks to be, drawn towards, something behind them that isn't, the guy calling, I'm kind of getting ready to, cast a spell.
Okay. All right, and Docrin, did you say you were going
I
to
said I lowered myself in and I was about to roll, and then the computer crashed, so give me a sec here.
We'll give you a moment.
That's a nat one if I've ever heard.
What do you
know,
want to
right?
get to outside?
After hearing Harmony say what she said, I'm going to make the assumption that she is telling me inadvertently that she's okay by herself.
I don't see how that could possibly be inadvertent, but okay.
I will go try to climb the rope, giving myself guidance to do so. You said athletics with advantage because of the...
I always picturing clerics casting people casting guidance on themselves. It's just
we got this.
Some self-love. Come on, Winley. You got this.
So that's going to be a 16.
You were able to climb up without any issue.
Okay, where do I need to go to be in the fissure area?
Can Winley fit through the fissure?
Good question.
It is a very tight squeeze for Winley, but she's able to make it through.
Okay, and then seeing the rest of the party having lowered themselves in, I will try to do the same.
Nice.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Doc is able to surprisingly lower himself down.
That should have been a
significant
disadvantage
sound.
if it was. Oh, it was a disadvantage.
Yep.
And I'm
That's
gonna.
why I said surprisingly.
Can I give myself guidance on being stealthy?
Yep.
I will do
Come
so.
on, Winley. Come on, Winley.
So Winley has gotten a 20
Okay.
on stealthy stealth.
So everybody has made it to the cave floor in here.
And we're putting that in the blue bubble on our character sheet, right?
Yep.
I would like to move myself whenever possible.
Yep, you can. You have lowered yourself to the floor.
And Dan, are the wolves still watching Harmony pretty closely, or do they seem to be kind of
They're
bored?
focusing on Harmony.
Okay, they're not bored and laying down or.
Some of them are. Some of them are sitting. They're not all just in ready to charge mode.
Okay.
But you definitely have 100% of their attention.
Great. Cool. This is how I die.
And I assume these stairs go down, not up.
The stairs actually do go up.
Okay, all right.
I'd like to. Sorry, Ash, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of come up here because I know my stealth is shit, so I'm gonna try and back off from the wolves and just kind of be hidden up here a little bit.
All right. Well, so just to sort of describe where you are here, there are a number of crates up on this ledge. They are all closed, although they're not sealed or nailed shut or anything like that. You can see across, kind of to the west from you, Ash. There's another kind of raised ledge above the pool that seems to lead into tunnels further back.
Yep, I see that. Cool.
I'm sorry, Ash, can you ping where you went? Okay. Do these stairs also go up?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I assume these are torches?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Can
Mina
I
went
whis-
over here?
Yeah, Mina's right here.
Oh, okay.
Can I listen / look up those stairs?
Sure.
Like, do I need to make a perception check or?
If you want to listen, yes. If you want to look, you can kind of pop over and then decide. Well, there you go.
No.
If you want to kind of pop down about 3 of these mini squares, you should be able to see on the ledge.
Hey, I see your guys' pangs. We must be reconnected.
Nominally close to each other.
You can see up here that there are two figures kind of laying flat on the stone up here, looking at the mouth of the cave, and looking past them in the distance. You can see Harmony laying down there, or standing down there at the entrance to the cave. They do not seem to have noticed you creep up behind them, but it's two. It appears to be 2 women. They're wearing kind of rags. They have spears laying next to them. You also notice a bell laying next to one of them as well, and they seem to be watching Harmony.
She's trying out her best stand-up routine for wolves.
Do I hear or sense anything over here?
Not immediately, no.
We heard a bell ring earlier, didn't we?
Yep.
A flute and a bell, yeah. Well, I didn't, but...
Like, if I can get anyone's attention, Mina will use cool hand gestures to try to indicate what's going on up on that ledge. Like, to up there, like, that kind of cool stuff. Very, very smoothly.
It's exactly how we did it in the army.
Have we, as a party, established our cool hand gestures language?
I think we would all get that one. Winley is facing that way, so if Mina is trying to get someone's attention, I'm sure she sees you.
She's at the very least able to just, like, indicate there's someone up there, or something, or whatever.
Winley gives a big thumbs up.
Playing charades.
So, yeah, I guess we should have had, retroactively, we probably should have had a longer discussion about what we were going to do in here. Do we want to, like, sneak around? I mean, we can't really talk
I'll say,
about
where are we?
but-
Yeah, where are we falling on the combative versus diplomatic spectrum here?
Well, from Harmony's perspective, which we cannot communicate, but as a player, it seemed pretty clear that if Harmony, they're not welcoming whatsoever, so it seemed like this guy was gonna, the veiled threats is like, if you try to come in here, my wolves are gonna eat you, so I don't know that we're gonna, we could try to sneak, but, 2 guys in full play.
We can also see that the cave goes, like, all the way back here. Winley, I rolled well on my stealth, but I'm not particularly stealthy.
Yeah.
But someone might want to try to sneak over there to see, can we find the kids or evidence of them having been eaten?
Mina's probably your best bet.
I just want to point out that the flute is back.
Yeah.
Probably Mina, yeah.
And Doc, you saw through the mouth of the cave. You peeked around it too, so there's another passage. You guys are in
left. Yep.
this
We're on the
passage,
right
I
side.
assume. There's another
Yeah,
passage
that's what I'm
over
talking
there.
about. We can see up here. So Winley is gonna just kind of gesture to Mina to come back and point. Also playing charades, that there's another tunnel this way that we might want to check out before we get into any battles.
When you look back at Mina, she's like slowly creeping back up those stairs. In fact,
Go
she's
for the bell.
at the top of the stairs. Well, actually, I was gonna try to sneak around and just get a look over here, just to try to scope out that. If I can do that with my current stealth of 19, I'd love to do that, but yeah.
And
You
Mina,
can.
and Mina, is Sonny just chilling outside the cave right now?
Yeah, he is where he is where his token is.
Okay.
Mina, you seem to have pushed your luck a little too far. As you begin to kind of round the corner there, you step on a patch of dirt that sort of crunches a little bit, so some of the pebbles scrape against each other, and the one of the women laying there kind of rolls onto her back and looks up at you, and kind of lets out a cry and grabs the bell and just gives it a clang.
Quick, seducer!
Alright, well, I tried.
I feel like Mina is not particularly
You're dreaming!
a grand seductress.
That sounds like...
It's not her strong suit.
It sounds like an initiative roll.
Can I roll perception to see where the flute is coming from?
Sure.
I thought it was
And
just
yeah, are we
further
rolling
in.
initiative? Because I'd like to. I mean, as soon as she sees her like going to pick up the bell, Mina's like, I want to stop that from happening. So
Yep, we can roll initiative, and no, you can't tell where the flute's coming from.
I figured it was probably
Did I
kind of
find anything in this first box?
echoing.
Clothing.
Is it winter clothing?
No.
Ash is just hyper focused on
Please.
staying warm.
Please. Harmony should be on Ash's side here.
More fun not to be, though.
I am gonna roll my gift of alacrity.
I mean, is it giving you a plus 11 for some reason?
You rolled with advantage.
Oh, advantage, yeah. So it was flagging it as a nat 1.
It highlights either roll if you roll with advantage or disadvantage.
Yep.
wait, so I don't understand that. So did I get a?
You got a 15.
You rolled a nat 1 and an 11.
Yeah.
Since you rolled initiative with advantage.
Gotcha.
Hold on, I gotta add my gift of alacrity, which at some point.
I apologize, I did not clear your stuff, so if you guys can do just a token reroll, get yourselves back in the order. I'll put your original rolls in.
What if I roll better?
I would prefer the 15 to the 8, but that's fine.
I feel like I'm ending up roughly in the same place in the initiative.
No, I'll
I
take
like
it.
my first roll better.
You don't want your second roll?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I'm probably going last anyway, but I really don't want that 1.11.
I mean, I rolled an 8. Oh, I guess you rolled a 6.
So,
So
when you have a moment, Dan,
Yep.
I'm adding 5 to mine for
Yep,
gift of
I
alacrity.
see it.
Okay, just making sure.
Oof. What the fuck? Alright.
Gotta get all those nat 1s out now.
Sure.
yeah, that was what, 4 nat 1s there? Or no, I guess Sunny rolled a 3.
I mean, that's bad enough for me.
Yeah. Not ideal, of course.
Yeah.
So who has 2 thumbs and is about to get swarmed by wolves? Oh no!
We all have 2 thumbs.
This is when we start shouting, 2 arms, they're in our cave! And then they're like, wait, what? Yeah, we've been here all along.
Invaders!
We're inside. Obviously, you guys are attacking us in our cave.
This is our storeroom with all your shit in boxes.
We've always been here, Mr. Torrance.
That's one way to play it.
You've always been the caretaker.
Okay, roll to gaslight werewolves.
Okay. Harmony, you have the initiative.
Great. Okay, so has anything actually gone down?
You heard a bell ring.
Okay,
from
that's
somewhere
good
in the
enough. That's good enough. That's okay. So I am going to cast, and I'll have to draw it out here. Hypnotic pattern. That is. Pop that right there. So it
So
is.
I can't stop her from ringing the bell. She can roll around and grab the bell and all that before. Doesn't that seem like something that? I mean.
I follow where you'd like that to be an initiative, but that is as the module is written.
Okay, so I need a rectangular shape that is 30 by 30. So that's roughly 6 by 6, right?
Each of the small squares is 5 feet.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So
Did you get all of them?
yeah, I'm
Nice.
throwing down a hypnotic. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. That is a 30-foot cube within range, so I'm throwing down basically Harmony kind of like, it's kind of been waiting on tenterhooks for this to happen, and she kind of like grabs her flute and twists her hands, and a glowing twisting pattern of colors kind of like forms in the air just all around where the wolves are, and each of them needs to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 16.
What if they don't want to make that roll?
Well, then they fail automatically.
Does any of them not want to make the roll?
Sorry for all the saves, Dan.
Oh, it's easy to click the same button a bunch of times in a row. Alright, I'm going to delete your pattern here because they're all in the effect area.
I just wanted to draw my cool purple
Yeah, no.
square.
I mean, even with all of our shitty initiative rolls, we still almost all go before the bad guys.
That was why I asked about the bell.
That's
Wow, even me. Fuck.
Yeah. Sorry, Doc.
Meh.
Everyone else.
Whatevs. Who needs the tank to go first?
The
anyway?
ones that have been charmed are marked.
it's not as good as I was hoping.
They were surprisingly good on that set of rolls.
Yeah. Okay.
else,
Well, let's see. So those ones are charmed, and they're incapacitated and have a speed of 0 unless they take damage or somebody takes an action to shake them awake. So Harmony is going to
Run outside and climb the rope.
potentially yes. Is going to. None of you are within Bardic Inspiration range. So
Probably not.
Harmony is going to see that. I assume it's like kind of visibly obvious that some of the wolves weren't affected by the pattern, and some were.
Presumably.
Okay. Harmony is indeed going to boot, scoot, and boogie 30 feet out this way. So just gonna maybe draw. Hopefully, no, she's gonna. Sorry, I'm gonna. If it's okay, I'm gonna retcon that. Just to say, I'm gonna go back, like here, so I can like see what the wolves do, but I have a little bit of shelter, so that's where I'll be.
You can probably see me now if you look into the cave. I
Anything
can
else?
see you.
Oh, I can't. At the
Anything
moment.
else?
Oh, yes, I can. No, that's it for Harmony.
Mina. You are muted, Mina.
Yeah. What did the bell do anything, or is it just like a loud bell?
It's just a bell. It's like a hand bell that a school teacher might use.
But okay, all right. Well, Mina's gonna take a quick step over here and look around this corner. Oh, is there nothing there? I thought the ledge kept going.
There's a line blocking, so you can see it from below. So let me get that out of your way real quick. There you go.
All right. That's no help. All right. Well, and these two are looking like, what are they kind of gearing up to do? Do they look like they're picking up weapons to...
I mean, one just rang a bell, and the other one didn't seem to be aware of you until the bell was rang.
They're gonna smooch you.
I mean, yeah. Let's move back over there, and then use the rest of my movement to kind of take a step down the stairs, and I don't know. I still feel kind of weird just, like, cheap-shotting them right now, because we haven't seen actual evidence of, like, the kids being here. And these are just, like, human ladies?
Yeah, they look like human women, wearing rags with spears next to them.
I was thinking, briefly I thought about, like, trying to convince them that I lost my dog, and
Boy, you've come to the right place.
thought he might have wandered in here. Yeah, that's what I'll say. She is gonna, like, has her hand on her crossbow, other hand on the sword hilt. Sorry, ladies, I am looking for my dog. And I'm gonna make a deception check.
All right.
Good thing this is a free action.
You know, when you lose your dog, so you go climbing and...
I'm on my way out. Just on my way out.
Negative. We're all fine here.
They seem dubious at best.
Yeah, fair enough.
Boring conversation anyway.
It just didn't seem... Mina's pretty ruthless, but she's not just gonna, like, shoot a couple people that she walked up on in their own house. So, that's probably my turn, trying to lie to him.
Okay, Winley.
Please ignore the giant strobe show that the bard put on.
Do the wolves look more interested in following Harmony or responding to the bell and coming, like, back into the cave?
I mean, they were in the midst of, like, turning around to the bell when the hypnotic pattern was cast, so hard to say.
Wub.
Great, we love it. Willie's gonna cast Moonbeam.
Don't hurt the wolves that are in the thing, or they'll.
Yeah. Let me draw where I'm putting that. Draw a circle. I'm gonna put it right here.
Okay. A shaft of light bisects the passage.
And then I will. What is my move?
Mina, I've turned on a spotlight to help you find your dog.
I will
Amazing.
then.
Thank you.
I can get to approximately behind Mina, so I'm gonna head over this way.
Okay.
I think I'm actually 1 square back. That's 30 feet. That's Winley's turn.
Okay. Sunny.
Alright, Sunny senses that shit is starting to go down, towards the
Whistle
mouth.
really loudly.
20. These are 10, are these 10 foot?
The small spots are the big gray blocks are 10 by 10s.
Gotcha.
Harmony's gonna be trying to give Sunny the no gesture.
We're all just playing an
Sunny
excellent game of charades.
Sunny will probably run up to about here and then see that Harmony is. Where's Harmony?
She's right here. She's hiding behind the two close
Gotcha.
the
Okay,
teeth.
So
Come here,
probably
boy.
more like when he gets around like here-ish, sees Harmony waving him back, and that was more than a single move anyway. So that's Sunny's full turn.
Okay. Ash.
All right. Things are popping off, I hear, down there, so I'm going to move up as far as I can. Double move all the way up here.
Okay.
And do I have any bonus action things that I can do real fast? I don't think so. This is a bonus action. Okay, yeah, I'll cast Spiritual Weapon. Bonus action cast.
Okay.
And I'm gonna place it right here. So it's not gonna attack anything this turn, it's just gonna be here.
Right here.
Right here.
Okay. Let me give you control over that real quick.
Is the old man just like somewhere in this giant pile of wolves, or did he move somewhere else?
He went back.
Presumably down the other path that we didn't.
You hear somebody shouting from that direction in a louder but familiar voice to Harmony. I told you it wasn't safe to be here. Now leave.
Oh, I'm well on my way out.
And he's coming up the passage here. The
Is he?
women looking dubiously at Mina do not seem to have believed the looking for my dog claim in the slightest. And they quickly kind of roll up to their feet with their spears pointing at her. They don't like charge an attack or anything, but they are very clearly kind of battle ready for her. And with that, it is Docrin.
Okay, guess I'll run up to just double move to the party, I guess. I assume I can't see the women from right here. I just have sight
Yep.
because of the party or whatever.
Yep.
Well, fuck, I guess since no one else said it, should I just say, look, we're just here for the kids? Like, this doesn't
You
need
can
this.
sure try.
I mean, yeah, just this doesn't need to turn into a whole thing.
Do it.
Alright, yeah. Because I'm excellent with my persuasion checks here. I assume that would be persuasion anyway.
It would be some flavor thereof.
Yep.
You
Like
can
what?
also do intimidation, seeing as how we're making a show of force. It might give you advantage.
Glowing swords and orbital lasers. Yeah, just basically look. Nobody's done anything that they can't take back yet. We're just here for the boys. This doesn't need to turn into a thing. It's better than I was expecting, frankly.
Okay. Anything else, Docrin?
No, that's it.
Okay. Some of the wolves who are still kind of active here kind of come towards Harmony, growling and very clearly not charging yet, but like and certainly a threatening, like we intend to eat you sort of way.
Sure.
The others, seeing the glowing beam of light, begin to scamper around to the other side here.
Oh, they're scampering.
Oh Lord, they scamping.
And it is going to be Harmony's turn. I'm just
Would have
gonna
preferred
finish
not to be the one
right
giving our thesis statement here, but here we are, I guess.
I'll jump in
Yeah.
just a sec.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's see. Can I see the women on the ledge, or are they...
Now that they're standing up, yes.
Okay. I was going to say, I couldn't see them before. Let me do a quick measurement here. Okay. Well, Harmony is going to...
Man, that cluster would have been perfect for fireball. Too bad we don't have our old party.
With 3 fireballs.
Harmony's going to move up here, where the wolves seem intent on eating her.
Okay.
And then is going to... Let's see.
Misty Step.
Yes. Misty Step to... Here. Right here. So she's just going to kind of... Oh, I'm not pinging. I've measured 60 feet
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
I'm so
see the
sorry.
arrow.
Okay, yeah, then Harmony is just going to kind of run up, like, to the wolves, maybe, like, throw a sassy wink their way, even though they won't appreciate it, and then, like, bamf into purpley mist and appear over here.
Good job, Nightcrawler.
Yes. And will, could she hear Doc and Mina, or not really?
Probably not over the bunch of wolves right in front of her growling.
Right. She kind of like just appears like near where the rest of the party is, and just like kind of will say like, somehow I could just tell where you guys were.
Big beam of light was a hint.
Probably
Yes.
the moonbeam.
And she'll kind of like look up at the women and will be like, whatever they said.
Certainly one way to play it.
But as far as action,
You want to? I would say you want to roll an actual persuasion on that, maybe.
yeah, I mean I can do that. I don't know if that counts as a persuasion, but I think Harmony could probably
persuasion
put
to
them
reinforce my
sure.
look, we're
I'll roll a persuasion
Woof.
and just be like, yeah, this doesn't need to go any further.
Okay. Mina.
I don't want to fuck that up by
by doming someone.
So, Mina feels like Harmony has just made a pretty Harmony and Doc
Yes.
have just made like a pretty convincing appeal. So she's just gonna hands on weapons, but she just is like watching the 2 women intently, standing there waiting to see what they do.
Are you gonna like ready an action to attack if they attack?
Sure. Yeah, I'll have a ready to action if one of them comes within range. I'll like whip the silver sword out and attack them
Okay.
with my reaction.
Okay. Winley.
I would also like to ready an action, dependent upon what the women say. If they're like, fuck you guys and attack, I want to use my action to move my moonbeam over here.
Okay. Sunny.
And I would also like to take 1 step forward.
Okay.
Sunny, seeing Harmony do some kind of shenanigans.
Sorry, Sonny, didn't mean to abandon you out there.
That's okay. He's gonna take off, double move back this direction. He doesn't want to be alone, like right near the maw of the beasts.
Can Sunny make stealth checks? Can he hide kind of around the corner?
Well, to slip past these wolves right here. I don't think he.
I would just figured that maybe he could hide closer to the mouth of the cave, and then once those wolves move off, he could come in and join us. But that was just my thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, his first instinct is tends to be a little more survivalist in situations like these when he's out of sight of Mina. So he's gonna kind of jog down the cliff wall there, stay out of the way. That's it.
Okay. Ash.
I'm gonna move up and plant myself here, I suppose. And I'm gonna ready an action for if a wolf or one of these people come near me to attack me, I'll attack them back.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. You hear what sounds like some sort of yelps, and kind of hear somebody stomping up amongst the wolves. And the old man kind of comes around the corner here. Notably for your choice here, Ash, he comes within reach, but he's not armed. He's kind of coming up with his hands raised to a certain extent. Not like above his head, but just in front of himself.
I lop his head off. No, I'm just kidding.
Please don't.
And as he goes, he seems surprised to see a big group of folks here, seeming to have thought he might be coming down to yell at Harmony, and now seeing you all there, and quick kind of gasps at a stop, wait.
Waiting.
We all wait.
Nobody takes their ready to action.
The two women seem still sort of battle ready, but seem to be listening to him and Doctrine.
I'm sorry. I'll also move forward. I can occupy the same place as the spiritual weapon, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm not like being aggressive or anything, but I am moving kind of to the front of the formation here. And like, okay, we're waiting.
Are you readying an action or not?
Yeah, I will. To more focusing on the women than him, since the women seem a bit more immediately combat oriented than he does.
Okay. The wolves will sort of run up to the base of the rock here, but aren't like chasing or anything. And with that, we're gonna pause initiative order for yonder dialogue here. So he kind of is looking at all of you and kind of gestures back at the women like, put those down, please. There's no need for this. What? He's kind of looks down over the ledge and sees Harmony and looks at all of you and kind of puts two and two together as far as Harmony not being alone. What are you all doing here? What do you want?
We're following up on kidnapped children.
Yeah. Harmony will say, I wasn't lying about looking for the kids.
He kind of frowns. I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do.
What do you mean by that?
The pack has taken them to be chosen, to prove themselves and join. You cannot interfere.
We can, and we will.
What? Okay.
Hold on, Ash.
Hold up. Yep.
These kids now were kidnapped from the village. You have no right to take them.
Say, were they kidnapped
Were they?
Yeah.
We don't know that.
He kind of lets out a heavy sigh. Please. My name is Skennis. I used to be the Pax Alpha. I stepped down some time ago. Please, understand. I am duty-bound to tell you you cannot take them. We wish you no harm. We wish them no harm, but such is the will of the Alpha that we grow the pack. This is our way.
Were the boys given any sort of choice about this?
It is not for me to say.
That means no.
Could we speak to the Alpha?
He kind of looks down at Harmony, and you're noticing a theme of just heavy, just like internal sighs, just like he's trying to articulate or argue something that he clearly is required to, but does not feel strongly about. He looks at Harmony and kind of rubs his face for a moment. The Alpha's not here right now. That's why I was trying to tell you to leave, because he would not be so gracious for your intrusion. Again, I wish you no harm. Were I still Alpha, you would be welcome to join us at the fire, but such as it is, if you're found here by him and the rest of the pack, they will kill you.
Maybe it's time for a change of leadership if the new Alpha won't see reason.
I cannot ask you to interfere, nor would your interference be appropriate for such a challenge.
What would be appropriate?
A member of the pack has to claim the title of Alpha. When Kirill made his claim, I stepped down rather than defending it. As you can see, I've grown in age. For lack of a better phrase, Kirill has decided that the pack should grow amongst the strong. The children are simply the most recent to be selected for such a task.
Have they been turned yet?
None of them have taken that honor yet, but at the next full moon, that process will be finished.
So it's been started.
It has.
We are not going anywhere without these kids, so
Are they here now?
They are. Please, I must impress upon you, if you attempt to take them, we will have to try to stop you. I would not see any of you killed, nor any of us over this. There has to be another way.
Okay, so Harmony's trying to, like, piece together the internal politics here. She says, okay, so somebody has to challenge for the title of Alpha. Can this happen at any time?
It has to be a member of the pack.
Right,
So
yes.
presumably
Yes.
one would have to be a werewolf.
Okay. Now, does pack membership require the full transformation, or is there, like, an initiation process that... When does one become a member of the pack?
One becomes a member when they have become a full lycanthrope and when the pack has chosen to accept them.
Okay, so it's a two-way street. So one of us couldn't just apply for membership and then immediately challenge for title of Alpha. You were unwilling to defend your title of Alpha.
I mean, he's also old.
Are you
so-
confident you could not best Kirill in combat? Is it a trial by combat?
It is.
No disrespect to your rituals, but what if the Alpha just dies? What happens then?
Then there is an order of succession.
And who's currently first in line?
Well, that is of some debate. His right-hand man, as it were, his name is Ferenz. He would take the place, but before Kirill came to challenge me for status, there was another named Emil who was likely to succeed. He has fallen out of favor with Kirill. They do not view things the same way.
As in, is Emil more on your line of thinking in terms of less aggressive or open hostility?
I have always seen it, and I believe Emil saw it the same, that we should simply keep to ourselves, not bother anyone. We have kept the pack alive for centuries this way. Kirill believes that we should grow the pack and has sought allies to do so.
Allies? What do you mean by allies?
The dark one, the one they call Strahd.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
Okay, so Emil's fallen out of favor with Kirill. Could Emil challenge for the role of Alpha?
He could, yes.
Do you think he would win?
That is hard to say.
As far as presumably Kirill would not step down and would instead press his right of combat for the title of Alpha.
Certainly.
And is that... I assume there are rules about outside interference and that sort of...
It must be one-to-one combat or the trial is void.
Okay. What if we had magical abilities that could
I would say maybe buff the crap out of him
provide
before the fight.
aid to Emil before the fight began? Would that be something where that would be checked, or could we potentially... And I'm sorry for... if this is... I don't mean to make light or a mockery of your customs. I'm just trying to explore our avenues here to... Kirill's leadership is clearly unsustainable with our goals, but I personally don't wish to shed any blood if we don't have to. So, could we potentially give magical aid to Emil before or during the fight that wasn't obvious, that just made him stronger in some way?
If you were caught, it would be considered a cheat. He would be put to death by the pack.
And, okay, so...
And how long is it till the full moon? Like, I don't know.
About a week.
About a week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
And-
10 days.
So we've got some time to work with.
And as far as if we as a group challenged Kirill not to right of Alpha, but as if we wanted to protect the boys and he was, or if we wanted to, you said if we
We'd be
tried to take
fighting
the boys,
everybody.
we'd have to fight the whole pack. Is that true? No matter what cause we had to challenge the Alpha, you would all be forced to defend him?
It is his command, and thus we must obey.
Winley's gonna ask, if we leave, are you required to tell the Alpha that we were here?
He gives a bit of a wry smile. I am not. But you should be careful to leave before they return. They went out on a hunt.
And do you know... So the boys, can we ask for your guarantee of their safety until the next full moon?
He did say that the process has already started.
Right,
I
right.
Think they've been bitten. I think they've been bitten. They just haven't transformed
But
yet.
they could potentially be cured.
But we haven't asked that.
I'm hesitant to like just trust them and just like leave these kids here. That feels
Right. Well, that's why Harmony's asking. Will the boys be safe until the next full moon? What will happen to them between now and then?
So long as they behave, they should be safe, but for any who attempt to escape, they will not make it.
Have they shown inclination to try to escape?
Not that I've seen, but
Could
fear can do strange things to the mind.
Could we speak to them before we leave?
I have no problem with this. And he gives kind of a significant look to the two of his peers, like, hey, be cool.
Do they seem like they're kind of on this guy's side?
They seem to be deferring to him.
Right.
He's not pack alpha, but he seems to still hold some clout.
Okay.
So this is these two women are, we won't actively sabotage you, but if asked, we will absolutely throw you under the bus, is the...
Okay.
For Ash's question, what process?
The process of being changed to a full lycanthrope.
It can, though that is not begun or not occurred yet.
I thought you said that the process had started, that they've been bitten.
No, they are simply being inculcated into the tribe.
Okay, so you guys are waiting for the full moon to bite them.
To an extent, yes.
All right. So, if we could speak to them briefly, maybe explain that we intend to hopefully figure out some sort of way to free them without... I mean, we're gonna free them. If we could speak to them briefly before we go, and request your discretion in this matter, I think that would be our best approach for now, unless anyone disagrees.
Winley's cool with talking to them.
Motion to have the person check on them be our person with the highest stealth score, so that if they do show up, it's easier for them to
Harmony's
get
got a
out.
plus 10.
Yep, that.
I have a +2.
Okay. If anyone wouldn't mind watching at the door, just to see if we can see the pack returning and try to get out of there.
Book it to the Fisher. And
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Okay. Well, Harmony will request to speak with the boys, just very quickly, if possible.
Okay. He shrugs. You are welcome here, but if they come back, I cannot protect you.
Understood. And could you tell me where they are, the boys?
They are further back in the chamber, and he points towards the stairs behind him. If you simply follow this a ways further, there are others in there. I don't think they'll harm you, although Bianca is Kirill's mate and may not be so deferential.
Would it help if I were to appear? If I took one of your appearances instead? Would that?
No, we know the difference.
Okay. All right.
Maybe take a wolf with you. Someone to show that
Would-
you're not an
smell.
intruder.
Would you mind escorting me?
I can.
Okay.
don't
So
mind.
you're going alone?
I'll go with. I would request somebody watch the mouth of the cave just to see if the pack comes back before I can finish talking to them. And if anyone wants to come with me to speak to the boys, that's fine. I just want to
Yeah,
at
I'm
least.
gonna go.
Doc's low to the ground, so I'll take front
Are
of
the
cave
rest of us
duty. And
pulling out of the cave then?
Winley will stay here because let's see, how long does my
Oh yeah,
moonbeam
my
last?
my hypnotic pattern was a minute, so it's the effect on those wolves is also faded.
I think moonbeam lasts for also only a minute.
Okay.
So it's also gone, unfortunately. Waste of a second level spell.
Well, we were ready if
Yeah,
things went
yeah.
poor. But yeah, I will start just moving toward where the boys are. Who wants to come with?
Winley will take up post at the fissure by
Okay.
the rope,
Great.
just in case we need to make a super hasty retreat.
Doc will stay at the mouth,
Okay.
since he's low to the ground and kind of able to be slightly more
Yeah,
subtle in that way.
I guess I'll go to the mouth of the cave too.
Okay, so Mina and
Oh my!
Did you never see all the wolves?
yeah, there's a lot of wolves.
Uh-oh,
I just
there are wolves
went to the edge
outside.
of the cave.
I don't this time.
Oh, they're not there.
Dan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so should I actually physically move my token to?
Give me a moment to move other things, please.
Yep, sure. Sorry about that.
You're all right.
And Mina, are you coming with Harmony?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, if you're up there, that's where you need to be for the moment.
Okay.
Mina, I'll go ahead and just bring you up as well. Doc, you said you're staying at the mouth. Winley, you're staying in the cave. Ash, you're staying further up at the mouth.
Yeah, I figured Dockrun was going to come up to the mouth of the cave up here too, but this is where I want to be.
Okay.
And then I think Winley was like heading back out the fissure.
I'm just like standing at the bottom of the fissure in case more wolves come into
Right.
the cave and we need to get out.
Gotcha.
Can give someone some guidance on the way out.
Join me, Doc.
As we walk past, do we see anything interesting going on over there to the left?
No, that appeared to be the chamber. That appears to be a chamber with a fireplace in it. The wolves from the mouth of the cave, now that this kind of tension has eased, wander back there. And it appears that that may have been where they were when you first arrived, judging by the state of a number of chewed bones and whatnot laying around the fireplace. Skenis leads you up the steps to the north side. And in doing so, begins to sort of take you through a number of these kind of stone pillars holding up the roof of the cave. Notably, there are a number of curtains of sort of bones hanging that he kind of clacks through and clambers through. They seem to be set up in a way such to provide some form of alarm or indication of entry. But he kind of leads you and kind of pauses at this particular point and kind of points off to the left. I would not go that way. That is where Kirill and Bianca's den is, and as I said, she was less likely to be so deferential or friendly. And then he begins to kind of lead you along the right side wall here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Harmy's not going to the alpha werewolf sex den.
He leads you down to a large set of steps here, and kind of heads down into this lowered area. In this particular portion of the cave, sorry, I just gotta come back to here real quick. You can see a rough-hewn set of stairs leads down to a torchlit cave. The cave holds several cages, 6 small wooden ones, and then a large wooden one. Sort of stuffed into the back wall or back corner, curled up inside of a large cage in the back corner here, which there's not a token for. Sorry. There is a man sort of wearing servant's attire, and then next to him there's a iron cage that has a female werewolf who appears to be in hybrid form. So she has a wolf head, elongated arms and claws, that sort of thing, and she is bound in chains. She seems to be pretty well tormented at the moment, like very, very thin, although you've never seen a werewolf before, so who's to say if that's kind of the normal case. And she is kind of struggling against the chains and just frothing at the mouth a little bit. There's also a woman standing here kind of between all the cages. Go ahead and get her done up a little bit bigger here. And she kind of peers at Skenis and the rest of you as you approach. Somewhat suspiciously. And then in the 6 smaller wooden cages, you can see a small boy, and I say small, kind of younger teenager, middle-aged, not middle-aged, but middle school-aged boys kind of curled up in the corners of the cages, although they kind of crawl to the front to look at you as you approach.
Okay. Harmony will spare a curious glance for the man and the hybrid werewolf, but will, upon seeing the boys, kind of walk up to the first cave, kind of kneel down, just say, try to appear as friendly and non-threatening as possible, and say, "Hey, you're from St. Andral's, right?"
The boy in the cage kind of nods, but is also kind of looking at you and looking at Skenis a little bit, kind of worriedly.
Okay. Look, I know that this is scary, and I'm sorry that you're in this situation. She kind of like indicates herself and Mina. We're gonna try to get you out of here, but it's not going to be today. So Skenis here has assured me that you'll be safe until the next full moon if you guys behave yourselves. And I know this is a tough ask, but please just sit tight. We will be coming back for you, I promise. And I don't know if you want me to roll persuasion or anything on that. Okay. And Tarmi's going to kind of do this spiel to all 6 of them individually, so I don't know if that's going to require multiple persuasion checks.
Just one.
Just the one.
Mina, what are you up to down here?
That's an 18.
ridiculous.
Yeah, so
That is
she
so
was just
ridiculous.
kind of walked over to this cage, just kind of trying to look casually, like she's
Harmony.
just scoping it out, and then can I? Does Mina feel like she could kind of subtly walk over to this staircase without the old guy noticing, or is he like watching both of us pretty intense?
He seems to be watching Harmony's conversation more than you. The woman is watching you, though.
Okay. Yeah, so I kind of walk over here and then just sort of lean up against that wall once I notice that, I'm being watched pretty closely.
Okay.
That's it.
The man is kind of watching Harmony as she goes about and noticing that she sort of skips him.
Well,
We'll kind of stick his hands through the bars and kind of lean up. Please, you can't leave us here.
Harmony will kind of make the rounds, doing that same spiel. Hopefully, with the 18 minimum persuasion check to each of the kids, and then when she reaches out to him, Harmony will kind of like, she knows that there's a ticking clock here. Well, she'll be like, we have a plan. We're coming back. Are you also going to be turned at the full moon?
No, that's not their plan for me.
Harmony will look back to Skinnis. Is that his name? Okay. We'll kind of approach him quickly and say, and what about the other two gauges?
He once more kind of lets out a sigh. And he points at the hybrid werewolf in the cage. She's a member of the pack, Annika. She strayed and was trying to be a companion to that man. Kirill does not approve of naturally growing the pack.
Okay. And what's his fate to be?
On the full moon, they'll unchain her.
Full moon. Okay. All right. Well, that's one more thing for the checklist, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
And who is this guy?
What? Yeah. Is he from Balaki? Is he?
Do you go back and ask him, or are you asking Scannis?
No. I'll go back and ask him.
My name is Leek. Please, I work for Lady Wachter.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's all tying together here. One more thing. And Harmony will kind of like try to be placating and say, "Listen, I know. I've been told that whatever they're going to do to you is going to happen on the full moon as well, which is still some time away. We are going to be back before then, and we will get you out when we get the boys out.
Please, as quickly as you can. I don't know if she's going to make it until then." And he nods at the hybrid.
Okay. Harmony nods and will says, "I'm sorry we can't do more for you. We're trying to avoid descending into an entire... We'll be back, I promise you."
As you're having this conversation, the woman who's in here kind of heads over to Scannis, and they seem to be having kind of a kind of agitated whisper conversation.
Okay. Harmony will go... Sorry, go ahead,
Can I
man.
try to like sneak away, just like slip up this staircase while she's distracted?
Make a stealth check.
And Harmony will go over and join that conversation when she's done talking to the man. And sorry, his name was...
Halik.
Halik. Okay.
Oof. God damn it.
Let's see if she sees that.
Not great odds.
She seems to notice that Mina's slipping away, but doesn't say anything about it.
Okay. Well, Mina probably doesn't. I mean, she doesn't know she got a 9, but she probably knows she's not being like the most ninja-like right now. So she'll stop up at the top of the stairs there and just kind of look around a little bit.
Okay. Up here just appears to be sort of the commons. You can see some other dens over there to the west and to the northwest.
Cool.
Harmony, you are having this conversation, or you kind of come up to the conversation.
Yeah.
Scannis seems to be sort of explaining what the plan here is. She kind of, as this is going on, then kind of starts making furtive looks at Harmony as she approaches.
Furtive in like a don't want to talk about this in front of the outsiders kind of way?
A little bit.
Okay. Harmony will like kind of she'll like put her hands up and like kind of stop approaching if like the guys want their privacy, but she'll just say I hope we can count on your discretion as well. My name's Harmony. I don't believe we've been introduced.
My name is Zuleka. I'm Emil's mate.
Oh, excellent. Interesting. We were considering and Harmony's gonna be like looking over her shoulder, just kind of like, she's aware of the she's got a clock running in her head. She's like, we were considering backing in whatever way we can, or encouraging Emil's challenge for the title of Alpha. Would that be something you would be supportive of?
He would be better than Kirill, but if we can't find him, he can't do this.
He's missing? I thought Scanna said he had fallen out of favor.
He did. As soon as Kirill made his deal with Strahd took Emil.
Took him? Took him where?
I don't know, otherwise I would be there.
That complicates things.
Very much complicates things. I mean, we've seen the very obvious castle. Do you have any leads? Is there anyone other than Strahd you think we could potentially talk to find him?
I've only ever seen the devil once, when that bargain was made. Since then, I have no idea.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. Thank you. That's good to know. We will see if we'll try to find some sort of trail of Emil's, if possible, and if we can bring him back, we hope to unseat Kirill as the Alpha.
She nods.
If I could make a request, please see to the safety of these prisoners as best you are able before the full moon.
In so much as I can.
And I'm sorry, I forgot his name. He started with an H. The man, Halik, seemed worried that his companion or erstwhile companion wouldn't make it to the full moon. Is there anything we can do or anything you can do to make sure she does?
No. It is forbidden.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I think we should be going before the rest of the pack returns.
Okay.
And
Ash, make a perception check.
Oh, God.
You're a cleric. How bad could... nope, not finishing that sentence.
No, her perception's good. She's just worried about
my
what she's going to
perception
see.
is good. It's just, why am I being asked to make it?
It's a great question. Excellent question. You can see a very large pack of wolves being led by about 7 or so men making their way up the slope towards you from the west.
How far?
They are maybe 100 feet away or so.
Okay. I'm coming back into the cave, and I'm going to be like, it's time to go.
Duck. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Harmony is intending to leave, like, right now, so... But presumably, she's just gonna, say her farewells, nod to the boys, and book it with Mina, hopefully. Like, grab Mina and be like, Mina, stop looking around, we're leaving! And just, presumably, we'll run into them heading back towards where the paths all meet.
To the fissure?
The fissure is where we're...
Is this pool, I mean, I'm not going to just jump into it willy-nilly, but can I stop for a second and, can I swim through this pool?
I mean, it's a pool of water. It looks to be about 20 or 30 feet deep.
Yeah, it is cold outside, though. All
Mina,
right,
we smell fine. No swimming.
Yeah, I'll go around.
Admin question. Would any of us know werewolves' alignment? I know we don't know much about wolves or werewolves.
I mean, alignment is not an intrinsic property of
Lycanthropy.
people.
Okay.
Probably.
I mean, as few of them seem halfway decent, if nothing else.
Yeah.
So.
All right. But yeah, Harmony's intent on booking it to the fissure and trying to sneak out the side as quickly as possible.
I forgot his name. The old Alpha. Skinnis, yes. Is he coming with you?
I don't think so.
He doesn't come back with you, no.
Well, shit.
Sorry.
When you guys get back, I assume that you say, it's time to fucking go.
Yeah.
Winley will just ask Harmony, did you happen to ask if there's any pattern to when the Alpha leaves? If we need to come back, it would be best to know when is safest to do so.
No, that would have been a good question to ask.
No, it sure would have.
You can hear barks and yips and whatnot coming from the mouth of the cave.
But we'll just have to chance it.
Love that. Actually, Winley feels like this is information that we kind of really need to know.
We'll just try showing up at the same time.
And Winley also is not concerned about getting out of the cave, as she can turn into a bat and
Can I
fly
trouble
out.
you for a quick guidance on my climb before you go?
Yeah, I'll give Doc a quick guidance, and then we'll very quickly run to wherever Harmony says that Skinnis is to ask him.
So
Okay. To be clear, like there are barks and whatnot at the mouth of the cave, and you will
that's
have to
fine.
run right past the mouth of the cave.
we'll just.
I thought
look, when-
I thought that
when
they
we'll just
were
try-
here.
They are. You are
Well,
going to swim through the
It's
pool and climb
fine.
up the rocks.
Don't. We'll deal
We'll
with
just
it.
try coming back at the same time.
I mean, like Winley would swim through the pool.
No, we're gonna.
But-
Well, I mean, I can't tell you what your character would do.
Up to you, Winley.
Fine. I'll leave.
No, you should go. You can, like you said, you can turn into a bat.
Yeah, like Winley feels like.
Could you have asked the two ladies that were standing there while the other conversation was happening?
I mean, I
They
suppose
might
I
not
could
know
have,
that they
but I
might.
didn't say I did, and I'm pretty sure Dan won't let me retcon that.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Look, we'll deal with it at the time. We're coming back either way.
Up to you, Winley.
Winley feels like this is important information, so she's gonna book it over to ask Skinnis real
Okay.
quick.
Is she running or is she doing something to get across the pool?
She'll just swim across the pool.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
Oh fuck. I'll give myself guidance on this as well.
Great.
Oof.
How about a 9 to
This is
swim across the
10.
pool?
10. You were. You were able to swim across the pool.
Okay. I will, as quickly as possible, go ask Skinnis.
Make a climb check.
Oh my god, I need to climb too.
15 foot left on it. So
Athletics as well.
Yep.
More guidance, of course.
Of course.
I think an 18 will do it without the guidance.
You don't. It's so weird.
Oh. All right. So you were able to make it to the other side there. And where are you going?
Wherever Harmony said Skinnis was.
I mean, Harmony just described it as being up there somewhere.
Okay, great. I assume she would have said, like, go left or
Well,
right
if
or whatever.
Winley seems
like-
intent on going, Harmony will like give some directions very quickly. Just like
No retconning.
No, but I asked where.
Okay.
so, it would just
So-
be hug the go into the main cave, hug the wall to the right,
All right, great. And
up the stairs, hug the wall to the right.
okay, I can see Guinness's token now. I'll come over here, ask him. Just say very quickly, the alpha's here. We need to leave. Is there a time we can come back when the alpha won't be here?
He shrugs. The alpha makes his own decisions.
They don't hunt at any particular time.
Only
Or...
when the pack needs it.
Great. No pattern whatsoever to their movements.
Not since they made an allegiance with Strahd.
Fucking Strahd. Winley will say under her breath. Okay, then she'll just say, all right, thank you. Is there any sort of indication you can leave at the mouth of the cave that the alpha is gone or something just to help us come back at the safest time?
The best I could suggest is that you come through that fissure you came through. Or perhaps look for lights at the top of the cliff. We have a ledge up there, and if he's here, he's almost always there.
Perfect. So no lights at the cliff means that there's a higher chance he's not here.
Yes.
Excellent. Great. And Winley will say thank you. We will try to solve this in as peaceful a manner as possible, and then head back.
Okay. Turning around,
And yeah, here's
there
trying
is
to turn
a
on.
pack of about 6 wolves and about five men in rags kind of coming towards you. They stop upon seeing you, and kind of the man, the lead, who is kind of... if there was a finer version of rags, he'd be wearing the finer version of rags. More or less, they're just less destroyed.
Okay, that's fine. I'll turn into like a small lizard and instead of trying to fly over them, run into a crack in the wall and hide where they can't reach me. Surely there's a crack somewhere in this cave wall that a lizard could fit into.
Make a stealth check.
Sure.
They come over to the crack you've tried to hide yourself in and sort of form a semicircle around it.
Great. I will go as far into the crack as I can.
It's only like a foot deep.
Okay.
The kind of lead kind of points a spear at the entrance of the crack. Come out, witch.
Little tiny squeak. No!
Well, I can't talk as a lizard. Winley is assessing the situation, not loving the situation. All right.
How long are they willing to wait?
probably not a super long time.
I mean, how long can you stay as a blizzard?
An hour. All right. I will come out. Let me
You can
check
stay as
something.
lizard, just to be clear, for 2 hours. Go ahead.
The Mina giveth and the Mina taketh.
Yes.
I'm just checking to see if it's like a bonus action or something to stop being in wild shape.
It is. It is a bonus action. It's a standard action to enter wild shape, but a bonus action to live in. Unless you're immune to it. Then whatever.
Okay, well. Are they like pointing spears at the crack here?
Not like imminently, but they've kind of half circled around the crack you're hiding in.
All right, well, I will, I don't know, crawl out of the crack and scamper, try to scamper past them.
Okay. Are you taking a disengage action as you go, or the dodge action, or are you just trying to just run through and get as much distance as you can?
I will take the disengage action and then scamper, like kind of up and around.
Okay. And you have your movement.
Okay, how far can 20 feet? Okay. All right, so I can get to over here. So that's an action and a move, right?
Yep.
So I use my bonus action. Actually, how many of them were within melee range of me if I didn't take disengage?
4 of them immediately, and then depending on the path you took.
Okay, yeah, I will take the disengage and then run over here, and then
Does this thing have
bonus.
a climb speed?
It does.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot climb speed, 20-foot move speed, and then
The rest of us should probably be getting going.
I think it was implied we did with our actually getting out of dodge.
I just want to make sure that Dan knows that.
Yeah.
and you can't take 2 bonus actions on a turn instead of a full action, right? Okay. Okay. Well, then I guess I will use a bonus action to go back into Winley form.
Okay. They are immediately turning to pursue you here.
Yeah, of course. I unfortunately could not move particularly far as a lizard.
And these 2 who are closest to you are stabbing with spears.
Nope, that's cool.
1 misses. They both miss. You're much luckier with the spears this time around.
Great.
There were 2 crits in the last set.
Is it now my turn again?
Yeah.
All right. When I swam across the pool earlier, how much of it was shallow that I could walk through before I
None
had
of
to
it.
start
It's
swimming?
just
It's
like an
immediate
immediate
drop. Okay.
Yeah. It's a hole in the floor that's been filled with water over time. Cool. Some nice snow melt from the crevice.
Yeah. I will find my token. I'm gonna risk the attacks of opportunity to run to the edge of the pool.
Okay.
So go ahead and make those.
Okay. 1 hit for 5.
Okay. So that was 10 feet of movement. I will use a bonus action to Misty Step across the water.
Is the crevice high enough that you could just Misty Step up the crevice?
It's only 30 feet.
We
so I
pulled
can
up the rope. The rope is no
If we
longer
didn't-
there for you.
That's what. If we, part of why I was like trying to listen for what's happening is if we hear them coming, like let's just toss the rope back down.
Yeah, but why would we stay in the crevice?
Because
If they
Winley's
know
not
that
back
people-
yet?
If
Yeah, I
they know
would
people are
definitely-
here, they're going to come out of the cave and they're going to find where we came in. We need to be getting out of dodge and hoping that Waylene can catch up. Because that was what she said she was going to do, was going to catch up.
Well, All right.
From the edge
Yeah,
of the pool, how far away is the top of the fissure? More than 30 feet?
The top of the fissure there is about 20 feet along the roof, and the roof is still about another 20 feet above you.
So
Actually, sorry, from here it's
triangulated-
actually about 5 feet, so draw 25 feet.
Okay, then I will Misty Step to the top of the fissure. Problem solved. The rope is gone. That's fine.
Okay.
I am now in the fissure.
All right.
All right.
Book.
Everybody's booking it through the fissure.
I
Big
think
time.
the rest of us
Harmony,
already.
I think already did.
Yeah, I think you guys are already gone.
Harmony
I'm
intends
at
to be
tree line.
gone.
Ash is gone. Ash, what direction did you head?
Probably back the way we came.
Okay, so
Because
heading
we've
back to
probably
east.
already left some kind of trailer track anyway if they look hard enough, so might as well go back the same way.
Okay. Back to yonder map of Barovia we go.
Well, we have absolutely no leads where to find the potential alpha replacement person.
We have exactly one lead. The
Well-
big castle.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So you have begun heading east. As you are kind of quickly making your way away from the cave, you can hear like howls and barks echoing out from it. And by the time you have reached the tree line over here, actually before I say that, is anybody deviating from a run to the east strategy?
No.
Okay. You can see figures coming out of the cave in the distance. It's starting to snow a lot more heavily here. It's not like blizzarding conditions, but the snow has definitely picked up. Let's get some Constitution saves.
No. Oh, that's not be an advantage, so left side
Yep.
anyway.
Yep. Law of left.
Law of left. Put my sheep back to normal.
So, like, I get that you guys are cold right now, and we probably need to keep moving. But
That
like,
shouldn't be an advantage either.
what's
Law of left says it's an 11.
why are we not just eliminating? I mean, do you guys think werewolves are like good? Like, are we?
Well, so
I mean,
our-
Winley was
our-
thinking this the entire time.
our point was that we didn't want to. If we made if we got into engagement in the cave, we were going to have to contend with the bad werewolves as well as the quote unquote friendly werewolves.
So should we?
And it was going to be
try to
everyone.
jump them?
But if these guys pursue us and it's just the bad ones, maybe we just wipe them out now.
I think that's. I guess that's. I think we should absolutely consider that. Let's jump them out here in the forest.
I mean, the question is then, will the rest of the pack that was more friendly towards us side with us in an engagement over their pack? And I think the answer to that is probably no. So if we
Well, I'm
stop,
hoping
we're
the rest
fighting
of the
any
pack
of them
stay.
that are coming.
If he brought the entire pack, we're fighting the entire pack.
Exactly.
But counterpoint, they're child stealing werewolves.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, Winley's more than happy to kill all of them. Like,
Sure,
goal
but
in
fighting,
life.
fighting them in their
destroy
lair
evil.
was probably
Yeah,
a
sure.
bad.
And also,
Sure.
Totally get that. I'm just saying, if more of them happen to follow us because they're bloodthirsty
So-
werewolves, then eliminating them is.
The old
Fine.
policies, the old werewolf policy was just keep to themselves and not to steal people. So even though they're werewolves, they weren't necessarily evil and they weren't doing bad things like snatching people and turning them against their will. It's
Let's-
only with new leadership. So
Let's
if we
try to
can't
kill the alpha.
kill everyone, then sure, but
Well-
hopefully we just have to kill this one guy.
do we want to?
let's just try to focus on the alpha.
Well, do we want to test it with how far they're willing to follow us? We have a lead right now.
Do we have a good? Is there a particularly good place for us to fight them? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
That'd be a ranger behavior.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about the landscape that we traveled through. I don't know if like fighting them with the water on our side. I mean, maybe that's useful. Better than just like being among trees.
Is there a
I
place
don't know
we?
what
I mean,
Nina would think.
Harmony's perfectly willing to just run and see how far they're willing to chase us. If
Well,
we
they're
don't
gonna
have a,
chase us most likely.
if we don't
So-
have, well, yeah, but if we don't have a arena here that we're happy with, then, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, also, do we want to run all the way back to the town and risk bringing an entire pack of werewolves to attack the
Oh,
town?
I assume they'd
Like,
catch us if they're willing to follow
yeah,
us.
I mean, it took us a couple hours to get here from the town. I think we're going to have to fight them or deal with them before we get back there, one way or another. But I agree, we shouldn't lead them just back to Valaki. Although, I guess if we could, Valaki's pretty sturdy.
And they don't like
That is
wolves.
true.
Yeah.
Marina, Mina, you're the outdoorsy expert. You think you could find a suitable battlefield if we gotta stand our ground here?
Well, I kind of brought up the conversation because I was thinking we should just turn around and fight them right here. But if while we're jogging along here, thinking about other possible places to fight them, are there any spots that come to mind for Mina, like along the path up here?
Make an intelligence check.
Can I make like a perception check or something just to see if I can gauge if it's the full pack that's following us or just that hunting party that came back?
You can make a perception check, yes.
I already tried to and didn't get a super great roll, so...
Mina, you recall that on the south side of the lake there was a tower, kind of set out on a little peninsula.
Okay. Yeah.
Otherwise, most of the path you've taken here has either been across open fields or just through the woods. It hasn't really been on roads or anything that you might be able to sort of use as a natural line of drift.
Hey, Dan, was that tower the missing quest?
No, it was not.
Oh, okay.
Damn it. I figured that. To be clear, I had not forgotten about the tower. I just figured, like, swimming out to a tower probably isn't going to be a great...
Well, it's on a peninsula, he said, so we don't have to swim.
I misunderstood.
I thought it was on a little island originally, too, but he just said...
Could we make it?
That is going to depend.
Okay, let's try for the tower then. Can we have not... we kind of ended up there. Can we have gone south around the lake? Or if not, we can just, like, cut that way right now. But
Let's take a look here real quick. I mean, you haven't been that way, so it's up to you if you want to try to cut that way instead.
Oh, we got a ranger.
If we're like, if our like rushed conversation revolves around like let's find a spot to maybe fight these wolves, then yeah, Mina will mention. Well, there was that ruined tower we saw. Maybe we can find a good spot to have that fight there, but it was along the south shoreline.
Better than out in the open.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you are able to sort of chat as you move around the lake. You can say this is kind of as you're like running, jogging, distance running your way around the border of the lake here. But when you get there, I will kind of say that that's the cutoff. So if you guys want to chat as I start to move you, go ahead.
So as we're running, Winley will kind of relay the information that she learned in the cave after you all abandoned her. She's not salty at all.
Didn't
fine.
abandon
You turned and ran back in!
It's not my fault. You're bad at asking
Anything,
questions.
you abandoned us!
No, but Winley will tell the party, this is what I learned. There are only like a dozen following us. If we take care of them, we at least know when is a safer time to go back.
I mean, that's still over 2-1 against us.
Yeah, well, we can take them.
Harmony
Actual economy.
Harmony feeling the chill set into her bones as the snow falls heavily will kind of like as she's running next to Ash be like, if we ever go back to the village of Barovia, I'm gonna kill Bertram. Wait, was it Bertram? Was he the merchant guy?
Winley is fairly
To be
confident
fair-
that we can take.
Bildrath.
Also,
What
to
am
be
I
For not selling us clothing? Yeah.
Also, to be fair, we've been other places since then and probably
We
could have
just
made
haven't
something
thought
worse.
about
Shut up, Doctrine!
You have arrived at the tower. Approaching it, though it's a little snowier than this would indicate, it looks a lot like this. It is just a simple kind of peninsula out to a tower on a very, very small, not island, but just at the end of the peninsula. You see a Vistani-style carriage or cart sitting outside of it. Although you don't see anybody walking around or anything, it looks very much as you can see there in the picture. And with that, I will go ahead and move you over to that map.
Oh, we fucked this up.
We just led a dozen wolves to eat more Vistani.
It's probably Stanimir, isn't it?
I mean, Stanimir won't even let us in the door. Right?
Based on your perception checks, the wolves have been they have not had a clear line of sight to you, so you've kind of been able to get some distance on them in the trees. But they've been keeping to a pace maybe half a mile, no more than that behind you. So you'd guess you have maybe 4 or 5 minutes before they get here.
When we see that the tower is definitely not abandoned, Winley will ask, do we still want to go here or keep running?
I mean, will the wolves also pass by the tower?
I mean, they're after us, so probably.
Do we recognize the cart?
It does not seem any more familiar than any other Vistani cart.
Fair enough.
I can't imagine that they would go off course to eat some Vistani when they're like actively pursuing us.
Maybe.
I mean, it's as fortified a position as we have available to us,
If we're
though.
gonna make a stand, we might as well make a stand here. We don't need to go into the tower. We have like this little peninsula area that's.
I
at
think it's
least
wider than you
protected
think
from,
it
like,
is.
The sides and the back.
Have they
Winley,
been gaining on us? Are they gaining on us?
They're about half a mile behind you, is to the best of your understanding. So you've got maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
Winley will
Have
turn.
they been losing that distance? Have we been traveling?
They have been gaining on you when you were not in the woods. When you've been in the woods, they haven't had sight to follow you on.
I mean, we could try to get back to Valaki. Like that, they'd be able to sort this out.
Yeah, Winley directs that question specifically at Mina because she's leading, and Harmony because she has a stronger relationship with the Vlaki.
How bad's Harmony
With
feeling
the-
the chill right
Well,
now?
let's actually all make athletics checks because you've run about 2 miles at this point. So let's see how we're doing on our cardio.
Harmony's a very gifted distance runner, as you can see.
Can I trouble you for a guidance?
There's no guidance on this.
Balls. Yeah. Alright, we're fighting them here, guys.
Mina, do you have an athletics for me?
Yeah. So is this because?
This is running distance.
Just because we've been running forever.
Gotcha.
Sonny's happily loping along.
Sure, I'll make a.
Sonny's like, finally some exercise.
Oh. Everybody except for Doctrine and Harmony is your cardio's you're in that zone. Harmony and Doc, you were like, I cannot keep doing this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
It's
So,
here. You're gonna have to leave me behind.
I think we should.
Don't suggest
fight
that with the way
them.
today's been
Like,
going.
I think this peninsula makes a pretty good choke point, as much as any, assuming they're not willing to just swim through the water. And I don't think we should just lead them to this tower, but I think now that we're here, reassessing the situation, let's just stop and set up and fight them here, and maybe someone in the tower will come out and help us, but at the very least, we should just not lead them.
I mean, how about Harmony knock on the door as our friendliest face?
Looking towards the tower, can we see if there are like people outside or campfires outside or?
There is nobody outside.
Okay.
Harmony
Is it lit
no
up
sign
like
of
it is?
activity.
Is it
There are
lit up
torches.
like- Okay.
There are torches on the door to the tower, but there's no sign of activity otherwise.
Harmony will start heading toward the door and just say, like, we should probably set up some sort of ambush.
Sure. Yeah, let's. Well, Sonny and Mina will try to hide in this like copse of trees. Or
It's not actually trees; it's just grass.
Gotcha.
It's just
yeah, yeah.
sand and grass here.
Harmony's gonna go up to the front door and see if anybody's home.
Okay.
And is this kind of our choke point here, I figure?
Winley will take up position towards the back.
Well, shouldn't we, like, hide behind, like, the wagon or the tower itself just to try to get, like, a surprise round out?
I mean, then we're just like bringing the wolves to their door, literally.
So I feel like the narrowest point is where I'm standing here, so unless given adequate reason to do otherwise, this is where I'm gonna hold the line.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm with you that like an ambush would be nice, but if the only way to hide is like around this like potentially innocent.
I would like to ready an action to cast spiritual weapon as soon as they get in range.
What if they want to talk?
right.
Harmony, making a perception check coming up to the door here.
Yeah, sure. Hopefully it's not a fight on two fronts.
Hopefully. You never know.
Sorry.
You notice on the just a couple things you kind of observe as you run up. Under layers of mud, the wagon sports a fresh coat of purple paint, and its wheels have a fancy golden trim. A brass lantern is hanging from each corner of it, and red drapes cover a tombstone-shaped window on each side. A steel padlock seems to be securing sort of the hatch that leads from the driver's bench back into it. And there's a cheap wooden sign written on it that says "Keep Out," and then there appears to be also some sort of note or letter pinned underneath it with a dagger, although it's been like folded over so you can't just read it as you walk past. And then walking up to the door of the tower, you see that the door looks like this.
Oh. Huh. Okay. Harmony will study. I mean, not the situation for solving puzzles. She'll just kind of use the knocker and kind of be like looking over her shoulder what the rest of the group is doing.
Okay. Nobody answers. However, when you touch the door, make a dexterity save.
Oh, mother of pearl.
I was gonna say maybe should have had Doc take a look at the weird arcane writing on there, but oh well.
That is unfortunate. The tower crackles and a sheet of lightning bursts out from it, and you take 20 damage and are thrown back 5 feet.
Okay, the tower's closed.
And the tower is enveloped in that lightning. It's not like a quick burst. It is just persistently crackling with lightning.
Ow!
Oh, guys, I know how to get in. You have to dance.
Well, okay, Harmony thrown back. Harmony is going to, before the fight starts, check out the note on the wagon. She just wants to see if that's any indication of what the fuck's going on here.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure, sorry.
Well, no, Tom's right about the dancing. The symbols on the door are poses, so you start from one and...
Dancing with myself. Dancing.
The yellow circle is just your lightning circle, if that was not somewhat
Sure.
obvious. Okay, you're going to read the note. Is anybody doing anything in reaction to the sudden of the tower?
Yeah, I guess. Go ahead, Ash. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm just preparing for the oncoming onslaught. I could care less what's happening behind me right now.
Well, they know we're here now.
Winley feels reinvigorated by the power of nature around her.
Oh,
Nice.
yes, this is natural lightning.
Mina?
I don't know. Do the other party members look like
I'd prefer to stay here and hold the line, but someone should dance at the door.
I mean, none of us can see the note.
That's fair.
Harmony hears... you probably hear Harmony curse an infernal. With,
That's fair.
whatever the equivalent of "fuck me, that hurt" is an infernal.
I mean, lightning, magic-y stuff going on. Mina's gonna suggest, like, hey, Doc, we can probably leave the line for a second if you want to go take a look.
So, yeah, I'll go take a look. And, yes, if I see the thing, I'll do the little dance indicated on the rune there.
Okay. I'm gonna need to see you do that.
Oh, come on!
Is that a
Let me pull
performance
up the
check,
fucking door.
or...?
Sorry, now I lost track of the fucking door on here.
Tower
Tower door, yep, I see it. So what is that? That's,
I assume you start on the upper left and then follow.
Yeah.
Well, it's either that or the other one.
So what is that?
There is an arrow on the right side. Sorry to have interrupted. Go ahead.
My beautiful dancing here.
Harmony just is pulling the dagger out of the note to read it. And just looks at Doc.
The lightning goes away and the door swings open a crack.
We all going in?
Yeah.
I was saying, I guess Doc will go forth and Leroy some Jenkins, and yeah.
Okay. Harmony, you are pulling out the note.
Yes. Is it a nice dagger?
No, it seems to be a fairly cheap standard fare.
Ah.
The note reads...
Mina's just gonna say to Ash and Winley, like, let's maybe go.
Yeah, shouts,
there.
doors open, and yeah, I'll...
But Doc's like, you all have to do the dance!
Winley's a little confused about why we're trying to take care of two things at the same time, but...
Maybe we can turn the lightning back on!
Well, and if the lightning protects us, like, if we can get... Yeah, right, exactly what you just said.
Inside. Everyone inside.
Well, okay, does the note say anything dire about, for the love of God, don't go into the tower?
It says keep out.
That's what the sign on the wagon says. There's also a note.
There was a note pinned to the sign by a dagger.
The note reads, Van Richten, I've gone to take care of the old beast. Stay safe, old man. And then assigned Esmeralda.
Does the name Esmeralda or Van Richten... As Harmony moves through the door, does the
Make a
note...
history check.
Okay, sure. History. Nope, I'm not good at that.
You should give it to me.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
You should give it to me.
Well, once we're... Yes.
Harmony, move yourself in.
Oh,
So
sorry.
Mina probably starts talking strategy, like, pretty immediately once we're in here, like, let's wait and see what they do. If they know about this and they don't activate the electricity, maybe we should chase them and try to just fight them here, since our goal is to draw them out.
I closed the door behind me.
Do you know how to turn it back on, Doc? Nice move, by the way.
Yep. Can I do an Arcana check to see about that, or if there are any other defenses that we can activate on this?
Go ahead.
Does it count as a magical, alchemical, or technological item?
As a alchemical item.
Ooh.
So I'm adding double proficiency, so just add a +3 to this.
Yep.
So hot 18.
Yep.
Okay. You do
Do
not
the
see any
dance in the
obvious
works.
signs of how to reactivate it in some way, shape, or form, other than possibly trying to touch it again from the outside.
I'll close the. Yeah, I'll just.
Ash closed the door.
Are there stairs up or any way to get?
I'll say if our
I'm going to describe the room. This room has a flagstone floor, which is strewn with debris. There are a few old crates standing on the east wall, and a torn curtain to the south partially obscures the kind of doorway that you came in through. There's a 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor, which contains 4 pulleys attached to a taut iron chains, which stretch up through a similarly sized hole in the wooden ceiling. Standing next to the chains are 4 tall clay statues.
Golems.
Harmony will comment as the group sort of like gets our bearings in here. Like she'll kind of like wave the note a little bit and be like, "Does the name Van Richten mean anything to anyone?"
Well, let's see if the name Van Richten means anything.
Anybody can make a history check if they would like.
You want some guidance?
God damn it! Yes, please.
Go for it. I'll make a history check as well.
Docram, do the dance to turn the shower back on.
Do it in reverse. That turns it back on.
Exactly.
Sure. What the hell?
Is there a window of any kind that we can use to see what's going on outside?
No, the first floor does not have any windows in it.
And there's no way to get to higher floors.
There's
Well,
these chains leading to a platform up above, but you don't see you don't see a lever or anything.
What are the clay statues of?
Just men.
Obviously, we need to push one of these crates onto a switch or something, and it counterbalances and.
Harmony's like, Ash, what are you talking about?
As you're examining kind of the mechanisms here, the statues suddenly kind of grasp the chains and begin to kind of pull, and the platform comes down to the first level.
Okay. Harmony
All of you statues.
Harmony will step onto it and just say, like, I'm going to see if anyone's upstairs just to make introductions. Obviously call out if, things go south. And Harmony will just kind of step onto the platform.
And Mina and Sandy say they're
Yeah, I was
coming
gonna say
with.
Winley would like to come with as well.
Okay. Ash, Doctrine, you guys got the door?
I'll hold the door. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Notably, this elevator is very slow. Like it is being literally moved up and down by the movements of these statues. So it's. But essentially, upon kind of indicating that you want to go up, they begin to kind of push the chains in the opposite direction, and you start ascending.
Harmony will comment like,
I thank the statues.
Tom, are you the kind of person who always thanks Alexa or Siri for things?
No, but these statues might be golems, and they might do more than just pull chains.
Don't know how sapient the statues are.
Just for my context, it's Harmony, Mina, and Sunny going upstairs,
I'm going up as well.
and Winley. Okay,
Can we
so,
all fit?
You can. It's very, very tight.
Hey, guys!
It's fine.
Okay. But it takes you about 30 seconds to go up one floor, so it's a very, very slow ascent. The floor here is sturdy, and the floor is littered in kind of moldering books. This appears to be some sort of study or library. Many of the books are turned to various open pages and whatnot. On the western wall, about 4 feet above the floor, there's a small alcove within which sits the bust of a middle-aged man. It appears to have been quite well made. And that said, that is sort of the content of this chamber.
Does it appear to be... Or do there appear to be more floors?
Yep, there's a hole in the ceiling above
Okay.
you.
Harmony will comment, good thing Doc didn't get on the elevator. This is where we'd lose him.
Are there like windows or a balcony or anything?
Not on this floor.
I'm sorry, why would you lose Doc there?
Because
This
books.
is a library.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Basically, Winley is looking for somewhere to stand to have the high ground in this fight with the wolves.
What
So-
was this? Does Mina remember this?
It's a
thing on the outside?
It's a scaffold on the outside of the building.
How high did it go up?
It went up to what you'd guess might be the 3rd floor.
Well, let's keep going up, gang.
Oh god, there's a hole in the wall on the 3rd floor.
Faster, if possible.
Okay. Continuing to ascend up to the next floor. Sorry, I'm just getting to my description here. This room appears to be essentially a observatory, except you are definitely inside. The ceiling is covered in a map of magical stars, seeming to reflect the night sky, although it's kind of mid-afternoon right now. Seeming to reflect the night sky above. The magic, however, seems to have faded to some extent. It's not perfectly well robust and kind of clear anymore, and it's a little bit hazy. But that appears to be what this chamber is for.
Is this the top, does it seem to be? As far as, or does the elevator keep going
There's
up
one
there?
more floor.
Okay.
You do notice in the wall to your left that there is a big fucking hole in the wall.
I was about to ask.
Yep.
I want to go over there.
Harmony seems intent on staying on the elevator for now, just to see if there's any occupants to the tower.
Looking up above, does it appear that there's anywhere else to stand? Like another scaffolding or...
The scaffolding is on the outside, but in this room, it's kind of the only
break the
area to look
scaffolding?
outside.
Okay. Winley will get off here as well.
Okay, so only Harmony's going up.
Seems like it.
Okay.
Can I move my token over there?
Sure.
Well,
The hole's kind of on this side right here.
Can you break the scaffolding?
Why would you want to?
I mean, I want to be able to stand on the scaffolding.
Well, so the werewolves can't climb up the
Just
scaffolding.
pull the ladder up.
I mean, yeah, if I step out onto the scaffolding, does it appear that the ladder can be easily pulled up?
No, it's like nailed and constructed into the side of the scaffold.
Well, it's still choked.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Notably, by the way, as you step out here, and Mina, you said you were getting off here as well.
yeah, I want to go look and specifically interested in what the wolves are doing right now.
Well, that's good timing. Looking out here, you should be able to see them to the south, or they are to the south. Coming towards the tower. With that, we will go ahead and take initiative rolls.
No, we're going to resolve this peacefully this time.
And as I said in the chat, if we survive all this, Doc is absolutely going to want to spend a lot of time here.
Well, if.
Well, don't forget that we have a dinner tonight.
Yes.
And we have a library here. What's your point?
We're gonna show
I know which one of these Doc prefers.
It's probably best not to piss off the leader of the town.
I know which one of these Doc prefers.
I kind of feel like we were fighting werewolves trying to save your children.
Oh, he won't
Would,
care. They're orphans. He won't care.
Fair enough.
Yeah, maybe if they were actually his children, he might care.
I don't know. He made a big show of, praising us for our good deed of saving the one.
I should have a
Velaki
+4
child.
to that, Dan. I rolled a d8 for Gift of Alacrity
That's because beatings.
Do you get to do that like every time you roll initiative?
for 8 hours.
Nice.
And do we have Sunny? Am I missing Sunny?
21.
Yeah, exactly.
Sunny's initiative went to Mina.
Okay.
I had his token selected,
Yeah,
but
gotcha.
Sunny got a 21. Mina actually has a 19.
19, and let's go ahead and bring Sunny into the fold here.
With all his ranged attacks that he can rain down from on high.
Very effective.
There you go. All right, Harmony, you are still ascending upwards.
Yep.
correct?
I will spend a moment now that Harmony kind of has the elevator to herself. She's gonna take the note out and kind of can she judge how long it might have been pinned to the outside of the wagon?
It seems pretty recent.
Okay.
I will note at the rate the elevator's going, it's going to take about 5 rounds to get to the next floor.
Swell.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, sorry guys. I'm just gonna. Sorry. I'll hopefully be able to join eventually.
Okay. Doing anything else up there?
Yeah, sorry. I will spend a bonus action. Let's see. Let's see. Harmony will call out, be down as soon as I can. Make sure to leave some for me, Mina, and give Mina Bardic Inspiration.
Sweet. Noted.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I can't give Bardic Inspiration more than once a turn. So.
Okay.
But if it comes back around to me, I'll try to shout more Bardic Inspiration.
All right. Sunny.
Sunny's gonna gingerly step out onto the platform with Mina and Winley, and Sunny is gonna just kind of trot around over here on the scaffold to see, is there anything else like over here of interest?
Only that the scaffold to the third floor ladder is right there, kind of at the edge of where Sunny is. So it goes up to the second level, and you walk around along the kind of second level, and then climb up to the third level on the backside there.
Okay, so is that another way for them to get up from the ground?
No, they get up to the second level from this side, and they get up to the third level from this side.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's Sunny's turn.
Okay. The wolves let out a howl as they seem to realize they have you I'll say trapped gingerly here, and kind of pour into the front of the tower here, pour up to the front of the tower here. And Ash, you are blocking the door, so they are going to take some snaps at you, sir.
I thought the door was closed.
Yeah.
You did say you closed
Door
the
is
door.
closed. I closed the door.
Well, then they are going to try to smash it open successfully.
No lightning.
No lightning.
Bummer.
I mean, I'm kind of glad that there's no lightning, being as how I'm now outside of the tower.
Fair enough.
6 only half dozen together. Well, they have smashed the door open, but that is their action. So with that, then it is Mina's turn.
So you want to tag out here, Ash, so I'm the front line here?
I mean, if you want to.
That's kind of what my build is.
Did you have a ready to action, Ash? Or did that end when we went into the tower?
I mean, that definitely ended.
Don't remember anymore.
It's a little
So
retroactive at this
no.
point anyway, so...
Okay.
So just from what Mina has seen of this elevator mechanism, like, are we gonna have to wait for Harmony's platform to descend? There's not like multiple platforms, right?
No, there was only one platform.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's gonna take a while. Shouts back kind of behind her. Sunny, go down on the elevator thing. Well, she probably doesn't know the word elevator. Go down on that platform. So hopefully that'll get Sunny back in the game. And
There's always a big hole to jump through. How much falling damage could there
There's
be?
only 10 feet between the floors, so Sunny could sort of hop level to level if Sunny was inclined to.
Yeah, we'll see when it gets back around to him how gutsy he's feeling. And then move action to climb down this ladder, or is that going to take longer than that?
So there is not a ladder right in front of you.
That's right. You said that. I'm sorry. I was tracking that.
You could do an acrobatics to kind of swing
Yeah,
swing you down.
That's what I want to do. I want to acrobatics just down to the next floor below me because I don't want to be too reckless.
Okay.
That fall damage. So
Wait, aren't we on the second floor?
We're
You're
on
on
the
the
third.
third floor.
Oh, okay.
acrobatics to get down to that second floor platform. There we go.
Mina pirouettes down.
And then is that my turn, or do I have time to then climb down to the ground?
That's just a movement, so if you want to essentially be taking the dash action to get all the way to the ground, you can.
Okay, so I'll end up. Can I move around the tower at all, or is it just I'm at the base of the ladder?
That's about your full action to get down
That's
there.
it.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm done.
Okay, Ash, a wolf has kind of smashed its way into the door, and the door swings open next to you.
Okay. I'm going to take a swing with my silver sword at the wolf. I assume that hits.
It does.
I would be
Jesus.
scared if it
Yeah.
so 6 damage to him. I am then going to back up. Let me actually face myself so I can see what squares I can occupy here. I'm going to back up to here so Docram can take my place, but I'm also going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay, it snaps at you as you back away, but misses.
Bonus action. Where is my spells? Spiritual Weapon, and I'll place it right in the doorway here, because I know that it can occupy the same space as Docram, so...
Okay, give me a moment to give you that.
It will take a swing, but I assume an 11 misses.
That is a hit, actually. Actually, no, that is a miss. Sorry.
Ah, darn.
Cruel to get her hopes up like that.
I know. That's what I do. Anything else, Ash?
That's me. That was an attack, a move, and a cast, so...
All right. The very, very large one that seemed to be leading the pack in the caves kind of steps up and looks at Mina, having hopped down the tower, and kind of gives a cruel smile. Ah, this one's got some guts. And then he is charging over to you, Mina. But that is his action, and Winley.
Okay, sorry, I was reading something on a spell.
What spell, I wonder?
You probably wouldn't guess. So Mina had to make an acrobatics to get down.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
just because I came down a stupid way, there's a way you can go climb down over where Sunny was, but...
Destroy the scaffolding so they can't come at us from 2 flanks.
I'm going to...
Or moonbeam so they have to go through it. I don't know.
I mean, to her credit, Mina's blocking the lower ladder right now.
Yeah. I will go ahead. Well, okay. Do these ones over here look...
They're all men.
Okay.
They're all men with spears wearing rags.
Great. We love that.
It is still daylight. This isn't it.
But you have a spell that only works on women.
Protection against men.
No. I will go ahead and cast Moonbeam.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast it. I'll just draw myself a little circle. Do. Yeah, not great. I wish I'd have been able to use that 20 damage I rolled earlier. But I'll cast it there. Shapeshifters get disadvantage on their save.
Okay. An immediate? Since the initial casting?
No, when they start their turn.
All right.
And then as a bonus action, I will go into my archer form. And it is a bonus action, even though a wild shape is a full action.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do that, I get to make an archer attack, and they are within... Actually, I'll shoot at this guy.
You don't really have the angle to shoot straight down at him.
If I hop down onto the second level, will I?
Probably.
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. All right. Yeah.
I'm just going to give you that as a sign that you're up high.
Okay. An 18 good enough to get down there?
Yes.
Okay. I will then hop down. Maybe. What in the world? Oh, I accidentally drew a second circle. All right. Here we go. Hopping down, then shooting at that guy.
Okay.
With the old archer attack. 23.
That is it.
He takes 6 radiant damage. I'm still not sure why this is... Oh, wait, actually. Hold on. No. Okay. I guess 6. I don't know.
Does the
Something
damage not scale?
something weird is rolling with my... Or is happening with my rolls.
I don't see it. I don't know what's
Okay.
weird.
It's like rolling 2 dice on my screen and
Over-
always giving me the lower of the
Ignore
2.
the virtual dice.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. Because the virtual
I
dice...
disabled them for a reason.
I don't look at them, so
Okay.
I don't care what they
Okay.
do.
It's just every time it rolls 2 and then gives me the
Are you
lower
doing
of the
anything
2.
else?
No.
Doctor.
Okay. Yep. Move up to the oldie door. Oh shit. Sorry, I need to.
You can be in the same square as the...
Yeah, basically that. And then I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Oh boy. Here
Goody
we go.
goody. It's always a fun one. And anything else from Doctrine?
Oh, sorry.
I guess I'll pop a defensive field as well to give myself temp HP.
Okay. And anything else?
That'll be all.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright. These wolves need to make some con saves.
They sure do.
Disadvantage.
Finally.
Go ahead and roll. One succeeded, 2 failed.
Okay, that is 2d10. Just roll it. A whole 9.
Woo!
Radiant.
Okay. They are all charging forward. These 2 break off to help their pack leader. And these others... Sorry, I dragged your circle with me, but I'll put that back. I'm sure I'll move it at some point. But, alright. And then these 2 are attacking you, Mina, with spears. One hits for 7.
Okay.
And with that, it is Harmony's turn.
Okay, Harmony is
You've
still...
ascended like 2.5 feet.
Great. Harmony will look down and attempt to judge the distance, but its bardic inspiration is luckily only based on hearing, so assuming the party is within 60 feet, she will call out, Doc, can't see. Pretty sure you're holding the choke point, so good luck down there.
Yep, that's what are we at now, D8?
Yeah, it's a D8.
Sweet.
So, bardic inspiration for Doc, and unfortunately, all of my other spells that aren't, well, okay. Doesn't it Whispers require line of sight, or does it just have to be able to hear?
It has to. Like,
let's find it.
The whisper one was just hearing, I thought.
It sure was. Nope, that's Disguise Self, not Dissonant Whispers. Let's read my own spells for once. The only one creature of your choice. Are they within 60 feet of me?
Yep.
Okay. So it says, I'll post the description in the chat. It says, because I'll need a DM ruling on this. It says only one creature of your choice within range. Can I choose a creature if I can't see a creature? Could I, theoretically direct it at... I mean, I guess I don't know. I didn't hear the pack leader taunting Mina from where I am, did I?
I would say you can, just because rules is written, I'd say you can.
Okay.
So.
Let's see here. Document and Thunder. Okay, yeah. So, Mina, yeah, I'm gonna basically try to target the pack leader, and just, send a Dissonant Whispers at him, and I'll have to roll it from here. Sorry, I will get that for you. It's gonna be a DC 16 Wisdom save.
Character sheet in the module says it's a 14.
Does it? Interesting. I thought my spell save DC went... I think that's because I had to manually post it because that spell doesn't exist in the default description. Let me cast it from roll 20... or D... What is it called? D&D Beyond. That's the one. And it should say... I believe it's a DC 16. I just haven't updated the manual description.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't mean to cast that at second level, so that should be... Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. That's supposed to be at first level, so... It's just one less d6. You can take the last one off of there, which is unfortunately the 5, but such as it is. So it's 9 damage.
Yep. Fails and takes it.
Okay. It'll just be something along the lines of, you're picking a fight you don't want. And he has to move away from me using his reaction. So, Mina, I don't know if you have your sword out, but that'll provoke an attack of opportunity.
I did have my sword drawn.
Yep. So go ahead and take it.
Alright.
Heal, bitch.
16.
To hits.
Sweet.
Give him a cut across the back as he kind of darts away for a moment.
Oh, that's alpha behavior.
Yeah.
All right. And my move action is just going to be hanging out on the elevator.
All right, Sonny.
Okay, so Sunny is just kind of looking down from the ledge and whining for a second. Does he see somewhere where he could try to make an acrobatics check to jump down to the second level and then to the ground, or?
So back here at the end, this last platform is on the second level only, so he could kind of jump down 10 and then jump down 10.
Okay, then he does that. Does he need to make an acrobatics?
Yes.
All right. Nice, good boy.
Yeah, he's able to descend without any issue.
Is that his turn?
Yeah.
Okay, that's turn.
All right. The wolves are piling in on Docrin here, and we'll see if they can actually do anything with the image.
Yep.
Do you have the spell description for that?
I posted it. I can repost
Oh,
if
I'm
you
so
want.
sorry.
No, it's all good.
Okay, so we've got one, let's say in the AC, what is the AC for these? I know it's in the description. Plus
So
your dex modifier. So what is your dex modifier?
1, I want to say.
Okay.
Yes, dex mod is 1, so 11 AC.
Okay.
Are you just going to roll for the, whether it's attacking duplicates?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm sorry, so what are you casting, Doc?
I already casted a mirror image.
So there's 3 fake docs.
Yeah.
All kind of weaving around.
Mm-hmm.
No, I do see it above. Cool.
I expect I don't have 3 for much longer here, however. Since they're not terribly beefy. Because my dex mod is kind of crap.
The idea is that they hit.
They absorb hits, yes.
They take down all 3 of your duplicates.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mina uses bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark, makes some kind of I don't know. She only has one eye, so winking is not going to be an effective thing for her. But makes some kind of like a kissy face at him or something, like I'm coming for you next, buddy. And then she's going to slash at him with the silver sword.
Okay. That's it.
Yep. Alright, so that adds 6 more damage with Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And I'll pop Hunter's Mark in the chat just so we have the text in there. But...
It's a very effective slash.
Oh, Mina, sorry to jump in here, but I noticed that it's rolling strength damage as your modifier for short sword. Those are finesse weapons. You can add your dex instead.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't need to retcon the last one, but do you mind if I add 3 damage to that attack I just made?
Yep, go ahead.
It's just,
Yep.
yeah, so 3 more damage.
Okay. Anything else from Mina?
That's it, and thank you for that comment.
Sure.
Okay.
Changing it now.
Ash.
Ash's turn. Well, I will make the attack for the spiritual weapon. Now, can it occupy squares of enemies since it can do allies?
I'm gonna say no.
Alright, so then it will just stay there, but it will attack that nearest wolf there.
Okay.
Bam!
That is a hit.
Damage! No. Yes.
Just smashes this wolf's head in.
Yay. And then I can't really reach them myself because Zakram's front rank there, but I will, I'll go ahead and I'll cast, Sacred Flame at the, I'll just say this one right here.
Okay.
Because I can see it pretty clearly. DC 15 deck save, please. These guys are probably good at decks.
Nope, fails. And it lets out a yelp as your holy fire strikes it.
And I'll say, ha! Take that! And that's my turn.
Alright. Kirill lets out a growl at kind of realizing that he's just been kind of scared away by some weird whispery psychic magic. And kind of lets out an unnatural howl from an otherwise human-looking body. And then kind of charges over here at Mina and is taking a stab. And that is a hit, and you take 16 as he just sort of stabs the spear at you. Notably, the spear looks to be kind of a rather fine make. It is also coated in dried blood. This thing has not been cleaned ever by the appearances of it, and it has gotten a decent amount of use.
That guy just ran back from over here, right? Yeah, sorry. Continue.
He just came straight back over here. Winley.
I will use my action to move the moonbeam right there, and then I'll use a bonus action to shoot another archer arrow at Kirill. Huzzah. 21 to hit.
That is it.
11 radiant damage.
Smashes into him quite effectively. Anything else, Winley?
Nope.
Doctrine.
That's the end of my arguing it there. That's just since I'm kind of in a block between here, can I shift over slightly just to see what all's outside the door here? Just okay. This does sound like a good time for a ye olde loud boomy thing in enclosed spaces.
That could be anything that Doc does.
Well, it's true, but. So yeah, probably like the two gloves like vibrate intensely, and then it's probably an actual clap, and then yes, the thunder wave. Starting from myself and extending 2 additional spaces to the right, and then three spaces out, since it's a 15-foot cube. So that is basically a cube centered on this guy here. I think I'll need to roll for it.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot I could technically see what's going on. Even though I'm on the elevator.
Fails. Fails.
Womp.
One succeeds. Everybody else fails.
So that is probably extremely loud.
Extremely loud and extremely effective.
Yeah.
It kills all of the wolves.
Oh, fucking hell. Yes, I will actually say mop, mop.
Particularly in a closed space.
Yeah. This is canonically loud, though, not just Doc's usual loud. This is...
Yeah. Alright. And Ash, did you make a save?
I'm sorry.
It's centered on the outside. So
Centered on the outside, sorry. No, you're fine.
It's not centered on me. No. It's originating from myself. So, yeah, It was... Yeah. We worked it out.
So I don't need to make a save.
Because that was from me and then 15 feet out. So, yeah, these back 3 should have been affected as well.
They were.
Oh, okay. Oh, because those are the ones that knocked back. I gotcha.
Okay.
All right. I'm holding the line.
Effectively.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I'm doing okay for myself here.
All right.
So.
These 3 pile in, and realizing that they can't all get at you through the door, this one is joining the kind of...
Scaffolding team.
Yeah.
I can't actually see over there. How many of what is coming at you are werewolves?
I'm down to
versus
3
regular
wolves. 3. I think I'm fighting the swarm, and you are fighting the big boys. Is what's going on here? That an accurate accounting of what's going on here? Okay.
Pretty much.
Can I get a con save for that one werewolf in my
And
moonbeam?
I'm helping.
That said, they're all dead.
I was going to say, doesn't seem terribly relevant.
He's gonna use the spell again.
Definitely worth knowing you have both abilities, Doc. So
Yeah, for sure.
it's a good combo.
Yep.
All right, so these 3 are coming at Mina here.
Man, I love
Can I get a
Artificer.
save
There's
for
so
that
many
one werewolf?
cool synergies with other stuff that's going on around the table here.
At disadvantage.
Yep. Fails.
Okay, he's going to take
Mina, you take 4 as one of them gets a stab in on you at the side.
6 radiant damage.
Okay. All right, and with that, it is Harmony's turn.
Great. So I rise up a little further, hopefully still within shouting range. Let's see. Who needs inspiration the most? Mina already has it. Doc already has it. All right. Harmony will call out just because she's... No offense, Ash. She's pretty sure she's closer to Winley since she's slowly rising. We'll say... And Winley, I'm sure you're throwing your lovely moon lasers around. Account for the wind speed and trajectory and all that. I know you're a Deadeye. Take Bardic Inspiration.
Great face.
Just orating from the elevator.
And can I? How close am I to the? Is it possible to jump up to the next level or not?
You're about 5 feet up, and there's about 5 feet to go, so you could try to climb up.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. Is that, acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics.
Great. I'm so good at athletics.
It's also not the hardest thing in the world.
Well, it's pretty much a straight dice roll for me, so the dice are not kind.
You are not able to make that clamber.
Harmony is thankful that no one's around to... I assume that's an action, right?
Yep.
Okay. Harmony's unless that's a move action, but probably not. Harmony's thankful no one's around to see that. And if that was an action, that's my turn.
All right, Sonny.
All right, Sonny is going to loop around the tower here. 5, 10. Gonna end up right there, and he will just bite and gnaw at the ankles of that werewolf that's between man wielding a spear that's between her and Mina. So 16.
She hits, but notably, he does not even seem to notice.
Yeah, but he does need to make a strength save.
True.
Rip and tear.
He was successful, though.
All right, fair enough. That's it.
All right, and the wolves are all dead, so we'll take them off the order. Mina.
All right. She's going to. Yeah, definitely. She's going to attack her hunter's mark again with the silver short sword, which she now has the correct damage on that. So 18 is a hit.
Yes, it is.
All right, and then so she had the hunter's mark damage, so 8 total damage. And then with coordinated strike, Sunny gets to use his reaction to attack this guy again. He's just going to keep trying to drag him to the ground.
Okay.
Because why not? 15?
That is a hit.
Alright, he needs to make a strength save. And then that's me, turn.
Succeeds in that one. This guy's rolled 2 nat 20s on that.
Hey, at least you're using those nat 20s.
Waste him on that. That's great. Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Ash.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna have the spiritual weapon go ahead and attack that wolf at the door here.
Are we down
It's
to
a
just
man.
werewolves?
These are all men.
Or, yeah, man-wolves.
Oh, these are men?
Yep.
Okay. The token was a wolf, so I was confused for a second. Spiritual weapon hit.
Yes.
Oops, yeah.
Once again, God, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just go ahead and can't really use my silver weapon here because I can't reach, so I'll just use the another sacred flame. That's the word, and just attack the same guy.
All right. Let's see how he does. Succeeds on that one.
Fuck you. Oh well.
So that's
That's me. Actually, I'm gonna take a move. Ooh, nope, don't grab that. I'm gonna turn myself so don't. I'm just gonna take a step this way. That way I have a little better visibility here.
Okay.
And that's me.
all right. Kirill does something very odd here, and kind of takes the huge spear and holds it almost more like a baseball bat, and just does a broad swing, not at Mino. Mino's kind of in the way and is able to sort of duck this without an issue, but just smashes the spear blade into the scaffolding. And,
Asshole. Alright.
and the scaffolding kind of above / behind you there begins to collapse. Winley, make a dex save.
Great.
You have bardic inspiration, and you can use it
well,
after you see the result of the roll.
We'll see what I roll here.
Okay. You are able to kind of leap off of it before it collapses on you.
Like to the ground
yeah.
behind Mina?
Yep.
Okay.
You are now on the ground.
How bad of a
I know
situation
you need
does
to be
that
out
leave-
of the way of the scaffolding.
Well,
How
that's
bad
why
of
I
a situation
specifically
does
asked
that leave
behind
you
Mina.
in?
That is behind me. It's
No,
not literally
Good?
behind.
Okay. It's like I can burn another thunder wave to try to get out the door here.
And
if
with
we need
that,
to.
it is your turn, Winley.
I think we're okay. All right, I will just kind of step over here. I can't tell where the damn squares are.
This map doesn't have them gridded.
Okay, that's fine. He should now be within 10 feet of me, though, no?
Yep.
Great. I'm going to use my action to cantrip poison spray at him. So, a DC 16 con save, please.
He passes.
Well, bummer. That's all right. And then I will also then use a bonus action to get an archer attack. And I'm within melee range of someone now because the squares are stupid, but whatever. 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
10 radiant damage.
Okay. And that was on Kirill or one of the other
On
ones?
Kirill, yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Winley?
Nope, that's it.
Docrit.
Do we want to continue, Ash? Do we want to continue holding the door? Or do we want to try to push out to be a little more use here?
Well, the question is, do we know that our friends are outside?
I mean, I assume we heard the scaffolding start.
You've
to come
heard a
down.
big banging crash outside.
So that could mean anything.
I mean, it could. And speaking as someone who's already been the sound of a large crashing sound from coming from outside,
We haven't specifically, yelled
Called
for
for
help
help?
or
Okay.
anything. So
Well-
whatever Doc would do in that situation.
I mean, if not signaled to, oh fuck, we need help out
Yeah.
here, then I'll roll with what I got here and just kind of start. Gonna do a booming blade about it since it's been a good little while at this point. And
If you wanted to, you could back up a little bit, and we could let them in a little bit. Then we could both be attacking with swords and
with melee, okay. I mean,
That'd be an attack of opportunity. If you
would it?
worry
Oh
about
yeah, it
that.
would, wouldn't it? No, I'm gonna stay here so as not to. I'm gonna.
You-
Yeah, I figure you're okay with ranged, and then you can top me off if I get too nasty here. But anyway, blade, and then just on the one directly in front of me here.
That is a miss.
I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration.
Okay.
D8.
Yep.
That is a hit.
Cool. And it already ran my Thunder Gauntlet.
My hypothetical
Anything else,
theorizing.
Sorry.
Anything else?
That'll be all.
Sorry. They do not like that you are still fighting them.
That's fair.
And proceed to continue to try to take you down with their spears. They're not doing very well with these spears, in total fairness, but they
Yeah.
are trying.
I'm blessed.
Your armor deflects every single stab.
Sweet.
Particular iteration. Harmony.
Well, Harmony is gonna kind of like tapping her hoof very impatiently at the slowness of this elevator. Will do a mental calculus and call out, "And Ash, I'm sure you're smiting these werewolves with the power of Bahamut, and while I don't share your... Anyways, you keep doing you down there." And we'll pass a bardic inspiration to Ash as well.
They give a good visual metaphor for what you're doing there.
Yes. And Harmony's gonna try to... I'm assuming I'm creeping closer. Can I try to hop up the... How much... Am I at the top yet or not quite?
You're now 2.5 feet, so you can step up if you want.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Is this just a move action?
Yep.
Okay. Before I climb up any further, I am also gonna direct another Dissonant Whispers at Kirill, since we sort of ruled... Is he still within 60 feet of me?
Yep.
Okay. I guess we sort of ruled I can do that just by thinking at him. That seems a little odd, but I'm not gonna argue with it. He has to... it'll show up in the thing, hopefully, shortly. Thought I sent it. Send. Yes. He has to make a DC 16 Wisdom save.
He succeeds this time.
Okay, he takes half of that then. 7 psychic damage. But I guess I didn't spook him quite as much.
No, not so scared now.
Okay, how's the top floor looking?
This floor is absolutely habited. So this room, you can see a bedroll on a kind of a worn old 4-poster. The blankets and whatnot are gone, but somebody's been clearly sleeping here. There's a wall that has a piece of wood that has been essentially beautiful-minded. There's a number of drawings on it, notes and writings, the literal pieces of string attached up between different pieces. It's a fairly complicated web.
Okay. Are there any windows?
There are windows.
Wonderful.
Are there any turn-on tower defenses?
Yeah, are there any... Is there a big, obvious console of buttons?
Not an obvious one.
Okay.
Oh, so there's not an obvious one somewhere.
Can I make a perception check just to... I mean, would there be any point to making a perception check? I guess I already took my action this turn, casting Dissonant Whispers, didn't I?
You did.
Okay, well, I'm going to move... If stepping up wasn't my entire move action, I am going to move over to the window.
Okay.
Assuming there's not a big hole in this
There's
floor.
a window on all 4 kind of cardinal directions
Okay.
of the tower.
I'm going to try to do... So, Winley and Mina are fighting kind of out to the southeast compass rose-wise, right? Not actual southeast, but...
Southwest.
Southwest, yeah, you're right. So there's not a window there. I'm going to go just basically the window that's over the door, just to see if I can see what's going on down there. Or if it's too, directly below me.
Okay.
But that's...
You can see the shape of some of them outside.
And are these glass windows?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Just scoping out, and we'll see what happens next turn.
Okay, Sonny.
Alright, Sonny's going to bite and try to drag this guy down to the ground again. So that's a crit,
Nice.
which is super fun, but I'm sure it still does nothing. But yeah, he needs to make a strength save.
Still standing. Not a crit this time, though.
Sure. It looked cool. So Mina then, because I can see her turn is next, she's going to continue slashing at the hunter's marked spear guy there. So that's nice. That'll work. Plus... Oh, great. Thanks, hunter's mark. So 11 damage total, and then when she attacks, Sonny makes his little reaction to, again, keep dragging this guy to the ground, just being as much of a pain in the ass as possible. And so he needs another strength save.
It's going to flub one of these eventually.
Ooh, as close as he's ever gotten, but no.
They take half damage from a silver sword?
No,
No, sorry, I was talking about my previous question.
you didn't
Oh,
roll.
gotcha,
You didn't roll the
gotcha.
half. So if you want to roll it for half, go ahead. Anything else, Mina?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Ash.
Okay.
I'm sorry, as a free action, Mina is going to, like, she's not trying to fight quietly, so not necessarily because it's come up in the conversation, but Mina, like, is shouting, like, you know, focus on the leader or something like that. She definitely shouts something combat related, so, you know, other people can get their bearings. Sorry, go ahead, Ash.
So now we kind of know our allies might be outside on
Yeah.
the floor.
I mean, we already knew that there was stuff out there. And,
So-
Yeah.
Can I go into Dockrum's space to attack and then move out as long as I don't end my turn in an occupied space?
You cannot
How's
move
that?
through an enemy square.
No, I know that, but on ally, can I go and stand where
No.
Dockrum is to
No,
attack?
you can
and
move through friendly squares, but you can't stop your movement in a friendly square, attack, and then
Okay,
move back.
okay.
even if
That's
you
kinda what I
could,
thought,
you'd
but I wanted
provoke
to make
pretty
sure-
bad.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't overlooking a potential
No.
way of working my sword into this. So I will just do what I have been doing for right now. You don't need any healings, do you? Brent?
I haven't actually taken any hits yet.
I didn't think so. I just wanted to make sure. So here's my spiritual weapon. Probably a miss.
That is a miss.
Yeah. All right, and then go ahead and do my sacred flame. And I'm gonna just do this guy right here.
Okay, let's see how he does. Succeeds.
Motherfucker. Well, I guess that's me.
Okay. Kira will make his con.
With disadvantage?
Succeeds.
Even with disadvantage?
Yes.
She wants to see the rolls.
He still takes half damage.
And then he lets out a shout, devour these fools, and then takes a hard stab at you, Mina.
Yes.
And hits you for 12.
Okay, yeah, we'll work on it.
And then with that, Winley.
We're gonna try a frostbite this time on Kirill, of course.
I feel like his con save is decent.
Yeah, we're still gonna try it.
Alright, fair enough.
Let's see. And what's the DC? 16? Fails.
16. Okay, so he takes 7 ice and has disadvantage on his next attack,
Nice.
and then bonus action archer attack on him as well.
Okay. And that is a hit.
Okay. So 6 radiant damage.
Okay. And anything else from Winley?
Nope.
Okay, Dockern.
I'm gonna do another thunder wave just in front of me for the same.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, pretty much. A sec, because my crap crashed again.
But the artificer has the worst tech.
Try not to think about it, man.
It's those darn Apple products.
It's true. Alright, there it is. Honestly, more in it for the knockback than the damage, but I'll take that too.
Okay.
That only happens on a
On a failed save,
Yep.
yes.
So 2 of them are knocked back. The one in front of you is not knocked back.
Okay. Are they blocking the way through the door there?
The one that was not knocked back is the one standing right in front of you.
Which keeps me from getting past there, then I assume.
Yep.
Fair enough. Well, I tried.
Okay. And their turns. Make a save for the one in the light.
They would have moved right
Fails.
back up anyway.
Well, but I still would have had my move to try to push
yes,
forward
yes.
to give a hole for
The one you've been stabbing looks very fucked up by the moonlight, Mina. And then that said, these 2 that are next to you let out a howl, and their bodies just sort of rip open, and wolves, kind of wolf features, come out of their head. Their hands turn into long claws. They've clearly gone into a hybrid mode, as do the other 3 out here. The 2 that were pushed back charge back in, and that is their action. Harmony.
Harmony is probably gonna involuntarily begin humming "It's Close to Midnight." Okay. Can I make a perception check to see if, like, this room? I mean, obviously, there's signs that it was lived in, but nobody's in here now. Right?
Not currently.
Okay. Can I make a perception check? I'm kind of specifically looking for. Well, I don't know if turning on the tower defenses would be any good at the moment.
Who knows?
So maybe I'd be better off.
Even odds that it starts zapping the people outside of the tower, regardless of alignment. Here,
Yeah,
so.
you're right. So better not to test it. Harmony will call down. I don't know if mechanically I have any way of telling whether someone's used my inspiration or not. But since I, as a player, know, I'm like, Doc, now.
I have. Oh no,
you did use it.
Yep, you're right.
Doc, I can hear. It sounded a little messy down there, so be careful. That'll be my bonus action. Cool. And you said I could see the melee from where I am in the.
You can see like the shape of what's happening below you, but
okay.
It's like you're like eye pressing against the glass.
Can I make out like a specific like a werewolf or what I'm pretty
really.
sure is a werewolf?
Not really.
Okay.
Maybe you can see the shape down there, but like again, you're trying to like look straight down and see something.
Yeah, I should break the window. No, don't want. Okay, well...
If I see you falling out close to the front door, I can cast Featherfall on you as you fall.
That's fine. No time like the I am going to throw another Dissonant Whispers at Kirill here. So that will show up. It will be a DC 16 Wisdom save again, once it shows up.
Okay. He fails.
Great! He has to run away, meaning that should be another AOO. And he takes 11 psychic damage.
Nope.
Alright. Swinging.
Some alpha, Harmony will whisper menacingly.
Scaredy cat. Yeah, there you go.
Woof.
Okay. Good slash to the back as he goes. Anything else, Harmony?
No.
Okay. Sunny.
Alright, Sunny's gonna keep just trying to... he's not actually gonna make an intimidate check, but he's trying to be like as threatening as possible, trying desperately to provoke some of their aggro, but it's understandable that they're not particularly threatened by him. But yeah, he'll, I don't know why I'm calling Sunny a she today. He'll keep tearing at the ankles of that one there. So another strength check for this guy.
Okay.
On Sunny's turn, Winley will turn to Sunny and tell him to take a step back.
Okay. Well, yeah, if Winley is like motioning backward, like gesturing backward, she'll step there.
And on that day, Sunny was a good listener.
Yeah.
Well, Winley, he can specifically understand Winley as though she's speaking wolf.
Way with animals there. And then on Mina's turn, Mina's getting pretty low on hit points, so I think she's gonna risk seeing what these hybrids do rather than just like willingly.
Yeah, you're good.
Attack.
Sunny moved.
Yeah, cool. So she's just gonna continue slashing at her hunter's mark, the one to the bottom right there.
Okay.
There's a slash.
That is a hit. She stabs it through the head.
Oh, cool. All right, I was about to throw an inspiration on that. All right, and then a bonus action to transfer it over to Kirill. We'll put the hunter's mark on Kirill.
All right.
And then that's turn. Sorry. And then Sunny uses a reaction, to continue biting at this guy's heels with coordinated attack. That's probably a miss.
It is a miss, yep.
Alright, that's turn.
Okay. Kirill continues to run and sprints well down here as far as he can. Okay.
I mean, I prefer to
and
resolve him
Winley.
now. But...
I will use my action to move the moonbeam on top of these two. And then I will bonus action, I guess, shoot at the one in front of me, even with the disadvantage.
Okay.
That's what we'll do.
Still hits.
13 radiant on the one in front of me.
All right. Let's out a flinch between moonlight pouring over him and a blast of energy from you. Anything else?
Nope.
Doctrine.
All right, I guess I'll back up so that Ash can get in on this. Where's the
Thorn whip?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that kind of leaves Ash in the front line there, but whatever. That will be a disengage action to do that, however.
Okay.
So, and that'll be it.
Okay. These two here will make some con saves as they are forced back into their human forms and fail their saves each.
As a note, just for you, they only revert back if they fail.
They fail.
Yeah.
Not the best damage we could hope for. Even as they are failing here, one of them kind of lets out a shriek, "Protect the Alpha!" And kind of lunges into Mina's path here. And is just going to, having dropped the spear in the transformation, is just going to swing a fist at Mina. And actually connects for 7 damage.
7?
And then the one next to Mina also attacks, but fails.
Man, punching works.
These 3, one pushes into the doorway here towards Ash and Docrin, and will attack Ash.
Sounds a whole lot like someone's provoking an attack.
Oof, ouch. Ash, you take 14 as it both bites and claws you. Make a Constitution save.
Oh no.
Wow,
Here we
it's
go.
pretty good. I'm gonna use my D8 inspiration. You can use that on saves, right?
You sure can.
So,
Bardic
and
inspiration.
what does the stack look like if I do my Sentinel attack on him, which triggers Thunder Gauntlets, which then invokes a disadvantage on attacking something other than me? Like, what's the order of operations there?
I would say after. After.
So their next attack has...
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So 13 total.
Yep.
All right. And Harmony, your turn.
Great.
Do you want to use your Sentinel, by the way?
I did.
Okay.
That's why I was...
Oh, there it is. Sorry. That is a hit, so...
Cool.
How far? Oh, he probably can't hear.
I gotta move your hammer here because I can't touch this guy otherwise.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Oops. Sorry. Didn't mean to put that in the chat.
Okay. What's the range? Can I see Carol fleeing from my window?
You can.
Okay. Cool. Let me see what the range is on that. He probably can't hear me though, can he?
No.
Damn.
Yelling at him through a window from the 30 feet in the air, over 100 feet away.
Okay. Okay. Well.
Oh, come on,
I'm sure a "you better run" is uttered though.
Oh, well, yeah.
take a Hail Mary crossbow shot. Come on.
I'd have to break the window,
Yeah.
and that'd be an action.
Fine.
Unless the window's openable.
It is not openable.
Okay,
Damn.
with an object interaction.
No, it's not. It does not open.
Is breaking glass an object interaction?
It's an attack.
Okay, then I'm not going to do that.
Fine.
As much as I would... I mean, it would do 0 damage.
Yeah.
These are regular crossbow bolts.
I know.
Okay, I'm going to throw another Dissonant Whispers down at... directed, I guess, mentally at whoever Mina's fighting. I don't know.
Unnamed werewolf.
Yes. Whoever just punched my friend Mina. This will be my last first level spell slot. DC 16 wisdom save.
Fails.
Okay, has to run, takes 8 psychic damage. Take your attack of opportunity, Mina.
Okay.
And sadly, I am out of Bardic Inspo, so no more. Alas. And the... Oh, there we go. That's what we were looking
Nice.
for.
A really good stab to the back as this thing runs away. You're pretty sure you carved out his kidneys.
And presumably the, platform, the elevator platform, thunked into the floor,
Yep.
filled the floor in. Okay. And there's no hole in this part of the...
No.
In the wall up here.
No,
Okay.
just four windows.
Harmony will, sigh a bit dramatically, walk over to the elevator and tap her foot, very insistently about, to go back down now!
It does start to move down.
Faster? Please? And
It
thank
doesn't
you.
not
It just
go faster.
fully drops. He just
Does not
drops
go any
it.
faster.
Okay.
Anything else from me?
Nope. Help is on the way.
Sunny.
All right, Sonny, probably from responding to a quick whistle and a point from Mina, he's gonna take off. So he'll take an attack of opportunity from that guy next to him. This is gonna go around the moonbeam. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
His dash is like 80 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, 40. So we'll take another attack opportunity from that guy as he sprints past him. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So yeah, he's gonna try to, unless those attack opportunities like totally take him out. Which
Nope, they both missed.
Oh, sweet. He's just trying to stay on this, stay on Kirill's trail.
Okay. And
That's fine.
then it is Mina's turn.
Mina will continue fighting this guy next to her because she's getting pretty. Winley, you can see that Mina's, she's pretty beat up at this point. Just because you're the one right there. But she'll keep fighting, and this isn't her hunter's mark, unfortunately, but she'll take a whack there. Does a 14 hit?
It does.
Alright, so 7 damage. And yeah, she does have bonuses to track him, but I'm hoping that maybe Sunny can just slow him down some, Anyway, that's Mina's turn.
Okay. Ash.
Alright, well, I'm going to attack this guy in front of me with my sword. Oh, come on.
That is a miss.
I backed up for that.
Spent the whole turn!
Fucking hell. Okay,
Anything.
and then I guess my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Fuck me.
It too fails.
Holding the line.
Alright. Kirill continues to run. He's now kind of off map in a literal sense. But he is running off into the woods south of the tower. And Winley.
I will use some primal savagery on this one in front of me. 15 to hit that guy.
That is a hit.
Cool. 16 acid damage.
Your kind of acidy claws just rip him in half.
Excellent. And then now that he's dead, I'll bonus action shoot at this guy with an archer arrow. No longer at disadvantage. Praise be. 11 radiate damage.
Okay, solid blast. Anything else from Winley?
And then I will move 30 feet. No, I don't want to get quite that close to that guy. I'll move 20 feet.
I assume you're going around your moonbeam.
Yeah, I can skirt
Yep.
this way. Yeah, cool. Then I'll get to right here.
Alright, Dockern.
To continue to lay down ye oldie beat down on werewolf in front of me.
Hits. Smash.
Jeepers, creepers.
You just smash this thing's face in.
Shoryuken!
Okay. Anything else, Dockern?
Nope. I'll leave Ash an opportunity to redeem herself here.
All right. They continue to push in at you, and one will continue to bite and scrap. Actually, it's going to attack you this time, Dockern.
Fair enough.
Did just pulp. Little skull with an uppercut.
You are bit for 7 damage, Dockern. Make a Constitution save.
Bardic inspiration.
I'm aware of what I'm doing here.
Just trying to
Play it
help.
out. I think
Okay.
I'll hold on to it if it's all the same to you.
Works out well. Harmony, your turn.
Great. Does the elevator go down far enough that Harmony can slip through the crack between it and the floor, or not
Yes.
yet? Okay.
Yeah, I know it's only about a 5 foot.
Okay,
from you.
I am going to do that, and just Harmony's gonna, if it takes my turn, just kind of try to acrobatics her way down through the hole of the elevator down to the bottom floor.
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
I'd love to. Okay, I'm pretty good at acrobatics. Yeah.
You are not making great progress. You get down to the second floor, but
Yeah.
it's taking you a little too much work to get down quickly.
And that's an action, right?
That's your move and your action.
Okay, I'm out of bonus action stuff. I used all my bardic inspos, so I'm just making my way down. Help is still on the way. Oh, fuck.
Making your way downstairs.
All right.
Falling fast.
Sunny is still pursuing, I assume?
Yeah, how far away is Kirill from Sunny?
Kirill is presently about 70 feet away, so Sunny could catch up.
Okay, Sunny's gonna double move and take an attack of opportunity to actually run past him in the hopes of then provoking an attack of opportunity on his next turn.
Okay. Let me grab this real quick.
A brave little boy.
What is Sunny's AC these days?
16.
Okay. Sunny takes 14 as Kirill just stabs him with that bloody spear.
asshole. But then that's Sunny's turn. And then Mina is going to run up there. Can Sunny see Mina, just out of curiosity?
Sunny is now kind of down in the woods, so distantly, but yes.
That's fucking perfect. That's all I need. Let me just double check coordinated attack. I think he just has to be able to see me. Alright. Yep. Okay, well, Mina's going to slash at the guy in front of her with her short sword. So here's a slash. So 10 damage to him. And then Sunny, since he can see Mina, he gets to make a coordinated attack bite. And he knows he's not going to do any damage. He's like just really trying to pull this guy to the ground.
Sure.
So 16, and if that hits, then...
It does hit, but no luck on the pull down.
Alright, and then that's me.
Okay, Ash.
Alright, let's try again.
Hey!
Yep.
Alright, and then spiritual weapon as well.
Hits. Okay. This werewolf's getting smashed around pretty aggressively here in the doorway. Anything else, Ash?
That'll be me.
Okay. Kirill is taking a moment to continue stabbing Sunny.
That's the game, Sunny. That's what you're there for, buddy.
There to get stabbed by the boss.
No. Sunny takes 19 as he just two-hand stabs Sunny in the ribs with this spear.
Alright, that's... Alright.
No bueno.
Yeah.
And then with that, he doesn't run past Sunny, but he sort of is like circling with the spear to try to get like around Sunny. So he's now on the far side of Sunny, away from the tower. Winley.
How far away is Kirill from me at this point? I know he's off screen.
He is let's see, he's gotten about 110 feet from you.
Well, luckily, Guiding Bolt has a range of 120 feet.
Not bad.
So I'm going to use my action to Guiding Bolt at him. Hiya!
Okay.
And I will add my Bardic Inspiration to that.
Okay. That does hit.
Excellent. Yeah, I know. So he takes 18 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then... Sorry, go ahead.
You blast him onto his back.
We love that. Then, let's see. What's my range for the archer attack? Only 60 feet. Fine. So I'll shoot at this one with my bonus action archer attack. 8 radiant damage on that guy.
All right.
And then...
you blast this one's chest in.
Okay, great. I will then, now that he's dead, move 30 feet forward. So that puts me here.
Okay. Doctrine.
Alright, well, I think I'll mix things up and punch a werewolf. Alright.
Oh, hits. I'm just going to move the spiritual weapon aside because it keeps getting...
Yeah, no, I was kind of surprised you didn't just leave it there and just say, okay, I take it as read that it's on there.
Solid hit. Anything else?
I'm going to re-up my defensive field.
Okay. Anything else?
They ever hit you?
They did once.
No. Anything else?
That'll be it.
All right. Continues to bite and snap at you.
Bastards took a whole 2 of my HP.
Claws you for 5.
Oh, no.
And then this werewolf, sensing that it's not going to get through, but seeing that some of you are running past after Kirill, turns around and is running up behind Mina.
Oh, that's no fun.
And is clawing and biting at Mina. You take 17 between both a claw and a bite. Make a Constitution save.
Well, does that still apply if I'm unconscious?
It does. You are unconscious, but go ahead and make that con save as well.
Oh yeah, okay, I get it. I see what's happening here. 18. I'm gonna stick with... But Mia is brought low by those attacks.
Okay. Harmony.
Harmony is gonna... Do I need to take an action to make my way down to the first floor if I'm on the second floor?
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can just fall.
I'll fall.
Okay. So you will take 1 damage.
Ow, fuck! Harmony...
My little toe.
Bang. Doesn't have toes.
Oh, right.
Harmony, like, falls in gracefully into a heap at the bottom of the elevator shaft and looks up and sees the wolf that Ash and Doc are fighting and says, boy, you're an ugly fuck, aren't you? And vicious mockery is coming their way. That's DC 16, wisdom save.
Alright, let's see. And it's on the one here in the doorway.
Yeah.
These guys are very wise.
Actually succeeded that.
Ah, son of a bitch. Okay, he doesn't take any damage.
Okay.
I got no healing to throw your way at the moment, Mina, but I'll see what I can do. And Harmony is going to kind of... I mean, she trusts the party to hold the line, so she's going to kind of move. She's basically just going to try to get like a... Going to stay out of melee range, obviously, but try to get a scope out of what's happening outside the front door.
Okay. Can't really get past this thing in the doorway. Alright, Sunny.
Okay. Well, Sunny will. Yeah, we'll keep biting him. If I can. Or is he already on the ground?
He's on the ground.
Is he like unconscious on the ground or just got knocked over?
He appears to be dead.
Yeah, appears to be.
Rip his fucking throat out. So I'm sure.
It sounds like he's not going to cause an attack of opportunity, so Sunny will move, like, away from him. Sunny's gonna move around him so that he's, like, kind of blocking the guy's Kirill's exit. But Sunny's gonna move, like, 50 feet away on that side of him.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Alright. Mina, let's roll them death saves. Ooh.
Wait, you get bardic inspiration on death saves, right?
It wouldn't help.
What do you mean it wouldn't help? It would keep it from being a 1.
Oh, that's true.
And that's 2 fails.
Yep.
Can you?
I think so.
Let's actually check that one, because that's one we have not bumped into.
You're inspired in death.
Very inspiring death.
It says ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
So
Not a saving throw. Well, it's a death saving throw.
Let me see.
I would say
Jeremy
let's-
Crawford
let's-
said anything.
Yeah, I was just saying, let's check the codex here. for a
praise
second.
be to.
Yes, it is treated as a saving throw for the purposes of bardic
And
inspiration.
it says depends on whether he was inspired before or after he was put down. So
you can use it if you'd like to spare yourself from the nat 1.
please,
I mean,
yeah.
so it doesn't matter when I roll. Oh, great.
Hey,
It doesn't matter though.
Hey!
It doesn't matter.
it does not
death-
matter.
Nope, that's a 1 on a death save. That's a third failure.
No, no, shut the fuck up, Doctrine.
I have Revivify prepared.
Good.
Do you have the diamonds for it?
Oh, good question.
I don't think any of us do. That's the problem.
Anyway, so yeah, one failure. All right, Ash.
Please, for the love of God, somebody with a healing spell.
Well, I mean,
Working on it.
I
Well-
have to either touch or see people to heal them, and I can't.
Well, attack with the spiritual weapon since that's a
That's-
bonus action.
That's what I'm gonna
Yep.
do. I'm gonna attack with a spiritual weapon and hope it finishes it off. And if it doesn't, then I'm sorry.
Well, it's okay. I've got time, but
I will heal you if Ash doesn't on this turn.
15
I
hit.
assume that's a hit.
That is a hit.
Does it die?
It does not.
Balls.
Alright. Sorry, guys.
it's okay. There's a druid out here with me. We'll be alright.
There it is. There's indeed.
Does a 13 hit?
It does.
Does it die?
It does not. It is very fucked up.
Fuck's sake!
If only it
You've hurt it quite badly, but it is
If only it
still
had-
standing in your way.
Single digits.
If only I'd come up with a better insult.
All right. Carol's down. Winley.
Just gotta spend more time working.
So
on
Kirill doesn't do
material.
anything on his turn?
No.
Okay. Winley will cast Healing Spirit. So my Moonbeam goes away because these are both concentration. So this is a 5-foot cube, so...
Over the top of Mina, I'm gonna guess.
Wait, it's a 5-foot cube just like the moonbeam. The moonbeam just turns into the healing spirit.
It's a 5-foot radius.
Oh.
Slight difference.
Yeah,
Well, it's
so...
the same. It's a square instead of a circle, but the same area.
Well, no, because a 5-foot cube is only 5 foot wide, but a 5-foot radius is actually 10
you're
foot
right.
wide. So,
You're
yeah, basically on top of Mina. So on Mina's turn, you will get healing at the start of your turn.
Okay.
And then a
Right.
bonus action, I will shoot at the...
Said healing spirit was a bonus action.
No, it is a bonus action.
Yep.
Oh, I have a full action left then.
Yeah, it's a good spell.
Do I think that Kirill is like dead, or...
Seems pretty dead.
He's really far away.
He is really far away. That's part of it.
All right, well, seeing as how I have more immediate threats, I suppose, I will move up next to this wolf, and with
If
my...
his body mysteriously disappears before we can go and cut off his head, I'm going to be very...
I mean, Sonny's watching him intently. I don't think it's gonna mysteriously.
Watching him with
Yeah.
malicious intent.
and just
Hungrily.
try to murder this guy. 17?
Hits.
11 acid damage.
Lets out a yelp of pain as you slash him with acid claws. Anything else, Winley?
That was a bonus action, an action, and a move, so
Yep.
no.
Doc.
I'm gonna kill this fucker, I swear to God.
I think you still have bardic inspiration.
I sure do, but I'm gonna see what my attack actually does first, and then we'll go from there.
Okay,
I
fine.
feel okay about that roll.
Well, you know what?
Is it dead?
It is dead.
Hey!
Hey, it must be the money!
Yeah, so I'm gonna turn myself so it doesn't completely fuck up the... Oh god, it's still fucked up.
There's no squares on here.
Oh god, why is it in these stupid increments? Okay, fine, whatever, I'm calling that close enough so I'm out the door at least. So we're just down to the one person here, and then
It would appear so.
other dude way off in the distance. Okay.
Indeed.
But he's down.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm outside, which is nice, so...
This werewolf seems to quite realize that he's being surrounded and that he is the last wolf standing, and lets out a snarl and goes, "For the pack," and lunges at Mina.
God damn, man. There's absolutely zero chill with these people.
Well, you were lucky, Mina. You take one hit, so that's one failed death save, and give me another Constitution saving throw.
Don't worry, guys. The full moon is a while.
Okay, and Harmony.
Oh, this guy's a dick. Okay, so are we... Okay. Harmony is going to move out the door. Oh, I should probably have kept track, sorry. Oh, nope, that's wrong. I was here. Nope, I was here. Wow, this is weird. Okay, this is where I was. 10, 25, 30. Okay, and I'm going to see what I can see here. Okay, there's a guy left. Harmony's, Harmony will just kind of... She's going to throw a vicious mockery his way, but she's basically going to say, "Oh, your alpha runs away, and now this poor sportsmanship? Just a true shame to the... This werewolf pack's a true... Oh, but anyways. Embarrassment.
Fails, so takes the 4.
And he has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Yep. And anything else?
Harmony will cast an eye over towards Kirill's body and say... I mean, she doesn't have inspiration, so no. That's it for me.
All right, Sonny.
Sonny is gonna hold his ground where he is, and then at the beginning of Mina's turn, do you want to roll that die 6, Winley?
Sure.
The healing spirit.
Yay!
Woohoo! Okay. I'll show you attacking me while I'm on the ground, and then she'll, with that very clever quip, she'll come to her feet and swing her silvered short sword at this motherfucker. There we go. 10 damage for him.
Lop his head right off.
Yay! Vengeance.
Is combat over?
Combat is over, and with that, you have vanquished Kirill and the leaders
I
of the
go
werewolf
straight-
pack.